imagine, yesterday I was driving. Imagine I'm on the motorway now, getting to, where am I getting? Like, into Kent, innit? So I'm driving, my missus in the car. So a message comes up, like, on the dash that says coolant, low, innit? So, alright, like, just the first time I've seen it, by the way. Pop off in it, so I'm thinking, like, alright, cool. I'll top up the coolant a bit later. 5 minutes into the drive, dashboard pops up again, engine overheating, pull over.
Damn.
Long
And now I'm thinking, alright, cool. I'm gonna pull over, hitting the accelerator, it's not getting. Bear in mind, I'm in the middle lane, yeah? So, sorry, this is even my testimony, to be fair. But
You say you're on the motorway?
yeah.
Mad.
So I've indicated now, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? And my missus kind of asking, like, what's going on? I'm like, this car's just not working properly. But anyway, thank God anyway, I managed to swerve onto the hard shoulder. But as I'm sitting on the hard shoulder, I'm looking like, do you know how peak that could have been?
That's crazy. Stuff.
I'm in the middle lane, accelerator stopped working.
Yeah. That's mad.
And I need to go onto the hard shoulder. Bro, it was a hype. But anyway.
All of these things build character though.
Bro,
I can't even lie to you, bro.
Fact that your girl's in the car with you, like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Big man, what's going on?
You know what's so crazy? Yeah, be honest with you. We even had a little argument after you.
Yeah, naturally, bro.
Imagine, yeah, we're driving now, yeah, and then time has cooled down a bit. Let's say it's about 10 minutes, but I'm driving slow, so the engine don't overheat. Do you know what I mean? I'm driving slow back to the house. She's like, oh, yeah, that. So I mentioned that. Obviously, as I'm doing that, I'm like, bro, don't you find it mad that I didn't panic? Do you get me that? I didn't panic. You didn't even know what's going on. She was like, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Like, next time that would have been nice for you to say what's happening. I wanted to rev the car like 80 and just start blowing forward. I was, you know what it is?
No. Do you know what it is?
You know what it is? Don't get, after like I slept on it, I was like, you know what? I get that you're the lax communication, yeah. But I was like, it might not have looked that way. It might not have looked that way, but it was fight or flight in that moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Bro.
I don't want to tell you and then...
Imagine if I'm like,
not in that
the
moment.
brakes ain't working, for example, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Nah. I did all of that today.
I need to figure it out still in the moment. Still.
Yeah,
I
bro.
tell you after, but nah, in the moment, nah. I don't think that helps still.
Yeah, don't.
It doesn't help. And also, I'm also shook.
Yeah,
I'm
for
shook.
real.
I'm just trying to process what's the worst that can happen? What's the best that can happen? Alright, cool. What can I do here? Looking at the cars, I'm just gonna move over and break, fam.
Bro, fam, it was crazy. Like, when I got to that hard shoulder, I was just chilling.
What happened? You have to get a breakdown cover.
So imagine we cooled down, so stop for a bit, let the engine cool down, and then because I was only like 8 minutes away from the crib, so I thought, you know what? Let me just circle back. Driving at like 30 with hazards on now. I had to come off the hard shoulder, jump back onto the A road. But I kept having to pull over. Do you know what I mean? So that it doesn't overheat and then drive home.
Yeah.
So in the morning, I've gone to get more coolant, like just to pour in. I bought like probably 7 litres. Yeah. Poured it in now.
You drank all of it?
Driving, huh?
Did you drink all of 7 litres?
Drank everything. Yeah.
Crazy.
But after 15 minutes, I said, huh? How can the coolant be gone 15 minutes?
Then it must be like
it's got a leak.
It's
got a leak. So
yeah, because I was saying even the fact that it's an overheating.
It's
gone.
Yeah,
anything to do with the engine, you're
bro.
It's a help, innit?
Like that's a headache. Still,
Listen,
it is.
bro. Hey,
that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Them things build character, bro. I
Bro.
remember, fam. Listen, some of the whizzes that man's driven in the past, the trouble that man has had with these whizzes, bro.
Yeah.
It builds character, though.
You want test? Just get a bookie car or something.
Yeah.
When you compromise the car that you get.
Yeah.
Bro, what? I remember one of my brethren's cars, in like college and that, bro. Like, see what you're talking about, yeah? Like, the coolant thing was a long-term issue, bro. Yeah? Listen, so bare time, we'll be driving somewhere, you have to pull up, have like a 2 litre, you'll have 2 litre bottles of water in his car. Dash it in there, bro. Like, trust me. Hey,
I hear it, though. This is
we still call that whistle. Fam, the way the whiz used to sound, bro, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Even me, I was hoping, you know, when I used to drive my dad's whip back in the days, my dad always used to have a bottle of water in the back. Just prepared.
Yeah.
And I looked, I said, why haven't I got a bottle of water in the back?
No, I hear it.
I was like, I was bare annoyed that, you know, there's little things that I feel like our parents have that.
It's kind of mad still, yeah. I thought that was just, man, Always got an empty bottle.
Always got, bro, there's something.
Bro.
There's always
Just
something.
ready to re-up on some
Bro,
water.
Do you know so mad? You know the other day we played this what's this like Family Feud thing, yeah? And they were saying that cool. Like name something you keep in the car.
Mm.
Yeah. Now what would you lot say?
Oh, that's probably an app. Still. An empty bottle. I got a 2 liter empty bottle because I got basically by my car park. There's a local tank that you can get water from.
Okay.
So even that, instead of running up my flat, if I have to re-up on my coolant, and you know they say every time they actually say if you're doing a drive longer than I think 45 minutes or an hour, they say you should just check your coolant level.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And so I find myself actively topping up my coolant.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I do. I don't really like it still. And now even hearing your story, I think I associated that man's carb up. Like, why do I need to always be re-upping? And then I've clocked when I've taken the man, he's like, oh, you should be doing it actively.
Okay.
So I have a bottle in my car. But yeah, but that sign is because that
Bro,
sign,
listen.
I can't even
Hey,
lie to you.
learn from
I
him
don't
still.
touch. Hey,
especially in winter, in winter and the summer. Like,
Yeah,
when it's
yeah,
super
yeah,
cold
yeah,
or super
yeah.
hot. Like,
yeah. Change the seasons, you got to
Yeah.
it up. But yeah, the maddest thing, I don't even touch all of that stuff, yeah. So what normally happens, yeah, I'll be driving the Wiz. I can tell that the Wiz don't feel the same, yeah. And then I get it serviced and it feels brand new.
Yeah,
You get-
yeah.
And I just leave it to the
What you
service.
saying? Do you take your car to the proper service or you
Just-
bypass that?
Hey,
You know, for the-
what's so funny? I was driving my missus' car. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So when it comes to service, where
Yeah.
that one you can
You said
imagine
it's been everywhere.
challenging still. But normally, I took it to do MOT. You know, I got the guys who do man's MOT and I say in it. So
Yeah.
and more time, but there's something that needs to get patterned. They'll just give me the DL first and be like, yo,
you know, yeah.
do you get me? Get that, and then we make it happen still. But even where I live now, there's no local BMW. So there's approved garages,
Yeah,
but there's no local BMW.
yeah.
What's it called?
Garage, basically.
Garage, basically.
Dealership.
Do you know what I mean? So even that, I can't drive anywhere far right now because
Because
the engine. So it has to be local.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. But it's got to be local to sort the issue, but then...
Yeah, it got to be local to sort the issue, innit?
Yeah.
But then after that, I'm definitely gonna get it serviced elsewhere still. But bro, I'm gonna get a keg. You know them kegs of water, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slap that in the boot, man.
What did you say that you had in your car? So you used the game thing that you kept in your car?
Oh, yeah, so
'Cause
I
think
was
with you,
that
fam, you got-
charger.
Yeah, charger. I was gonna say charger.
But bro, the maddest thing is, yeah, I think the people that, because it's one of them things where they ask, like the public, innit, general public, innit? And I think the public that they asked were like very old school, innit? So they were like, bro, the number one answer was map.
That's
Like a
very
what?
funny.
What?
Like
Like
an A to Z.
fam.
A physical map.
Yeah.
no.
For what, fam? I don't even know how to read that.
Fam.
Fair
No,
enough.
but
funny.
remember back in the day, 80s.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Before sat-navs.
Not
Yeah,
now.
yeah, of
I
course.
was thinking, fam, you got bare stuff in your car. I feel like, fam, you can get bare
Not
stuff in
anymore,
your car.
though.
Oh, is it? Oh, no, okay.
I feel
okay,
like, okay, cool, so I'll have like perfume in the car, for example,
Yeah.
alone in the car. So I'll have like charger in the car.
Yeah.
I don't carry change of clothes and that.
Oh,
like
fair
that no
enough,
more
fair
still.
enough,
I can't
fair
lie.
enough. Well, what?
No.
And
In the car now, yeah, fam, I got bare things still. I got perfume. I got brushes, like
oh,
hairbrush.
yeah. So I got brushes and all that.
I've got sliders, like a change of sliders. I've got that.
I need sliders in the car still.
Would you drive with
I've
the
got
sliders on?
sliders. Yeah.
You drive with the sliders on?
No, I don't drive. I
How
was
do you
driving
socks,
my
you know?
Crocs. I won't drive in sliders.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
yeah,
wild.
fair,
Unless
fair.
you got
That's
those
what,
hard
yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
that's what I
hard
was saying.
socks.
Driving the
So
sliders is techie.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
I do
like-
socks.
Socks is mad as well. Bro.
I do
Socks
socks. Isn't it?
Yeah, how you breaking?
I
all
do
them
socks
though?
still. Yeah, probably just,
Yeah,
you
bro.
get
I
me,
can't
just a
even
little
lie.
tap.
Bro, I drive in everything. Fam, how you, bro? See,
was it barefoot?
I've driven barefoot.
You drove barefoot?
I've driven barefout before.
You drove barefoot, man?
I've seen a man
I
drive.
was wearing
That's
slides.
questionable.
I was wearing slides, yeah. Do you know so mad? I was wearing slides with no socks.
Barefoot
which
is
is
really-
already mad, yeah.
Yeah, that is jokes.
So slides with no socks, yeah. And then, do you know so mad? So
Your car-
around the
Your
time,
car was just clean. You're feeling free.
You
on
know
a
what's so
hot
mad?
day.
If you're
Bro.
barefoot, yeah, you could actually feel the pressure. No, you're
Bro.
pushing down
For
the
everything,
accelerator.
Yeah.
but the maddest thing is, someone had told me around that time that someone got pulled over and they got in trouble for driving with slides on.
Yeah.
Because actually, you're not supposed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't
Yeah,
even know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But then I was wearing slides.
Mm.
And I saw,
You
I
should
said,
check-
listen, I said, fam, I just started taking it off here. I started moving it back towards man, just literally putting my arm down there and dashing it to the back of the whiz, fam.
Hey.
You know what I carry in the whiz now, yeah? A jacket.
Jacket's a good one.
Do you know what's so mad? Again, something happened one time, and my dad used to tell me, "Aye, carry a jacket because you never know. Better, I'm like, listen, I'm in the car, I'm in and I'm out. Like, I hate being hot. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just wear a t-shirt.
Yeah.
One day I was getting somewhere and it was warm in the morning, but it was in the night time. I'm in the car.
Yeah.
Car's kind of, I've had to do the tire. The tire's gone. It's cold, bro. Yeah.
I hate you.
And I remember there being outside changing the tire, thinking I'm shivering. If I had a jacket right now, this would be so calm.
Yeah.
And even then, fam, I just had bare issues. Like the car was kind of not on a hill, but it was elevated slightly in it, which means that changing the tires are hype. Do you get me? It's because
oh my days, actually try to lift the thing, it's start rolling back, bro.
Listen,
that's crazy.
but a jacket now, I slap it.
Sometimes it takes for something to happen.
Yeah, to remember.
For you to remember still.
Yeah.
Well, me,
No,
basically.
man needs gloves in the car and that as well. Like,
Huh?
So I haven't worn gloves in years.
Was it need gloves?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
did a
yeah,
baggy as well, bro.
No, you know what it is. You know, like when you're going to pump up your car.
Yeah.
You know they give you like they give
The
you gloves,
nylon,
but you know what?
yeah,
you never
yeah.
take them, do you?
Yeah.
But I can't
I slap
lie.
them now, you know.
It's because you said the wheel thing. I was remembering, like, bro, like, again, another thing man does a lot. Cause clearly I do a lot of road. Like, I'm always topping up my wheel. Like, I'm always
okay.
there,
Oh,
like,
for
I'm
real?
always- Yeah, like, cause my car, I don't know, my car sensitive, but I get notifications all like, oh, raw.
Yeah.
Pressure's boom, boom, boom. So like, I'm, and like, before you know
You
it,
say
your
you're
hands
not
are
slowing down on
dirty.
them bumps.
Bro, I'm not slow.
I hear it. I hear it, man.
You get me? Like, no, that's the one. And I think that, you know, I'm thinking about gloves because I don't know, bro. Like before, you know, when you first get your car, you put everything in the car. Like,
Yeah.
you move everything in. Now, man, don't really have anything in the car. You don't really want to have, especially when you're trying to wash the whip. And then, you know, you're trying to take everything out of the car so you can get it inside and that.
My thing's born of trauma, bruv. Bro, my car's been broken into like a good 3-4 times, innit?
Yeah.
So, and like it was around the time where I was living outside of London, innit? So I'm always coming back into London, innit?
Yeah,
So because of that, I had changed of clothes. That's what you was referring to, innit? I had like change of clothes, all that kind of stuff, bro. One time they went in there, they taught everything, bro. All the designer, everything.
We taught the clothes.
I was like, listen,
That's that new boy energy, you know. Back in the day, like, I won't get involved for that.
Fam.
I got a young boy literally take his trap star. I'm like, I don't really understand. And it, not on a violation thing, like, oh, take off your shoes, like man's wearing. They want to wear your shoes.
Fam, I remember one of my
Ghetto, bro.
I remember one of my young boys was telling me about robbing man for their digital coin now. So they'll
pull up on you.
They'll pull up on you, be like,
coin.
They'll pull up on you, unlock your phone, transfer your wallet.
You say what? You got Binance.
You got Binance, transfer your what, bro? Sweep it.
I've heard still.
Fair enough.
I couldn't believe.
That's a mad.
Man said the crypto, I need that.
Because that one, you're not wearing any jewels. You get me? There's no cash on you.
What you
but
say,
they
you
know
got stocks?
you got stocks, bro.
That's a meme, you know.
It's mad.
It's crazy, bro.
But surely they'll target, man, though.
They'll
know
target,
that. You know what I mean? They'll know that.
No, they know my man's the guy for that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it just makes you think about how flexing is different now.
Yeah,
where man could
that's
have
true
all the
still.
different designers on, but now, bro, if you're talking about things online or
Yeah.
But you know what it is? I think
Gotta
it's
be careful.
opportunity as well, though. Because if you pull up on someone and you're like, what phone you got, whatever, you start going through the phone, like, unlock your phone or whatever.
you start seeing their apps and that.
Because you know, like it moved from just taking the phone to unlock the phone, give it to me. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Well, you start seeing trading 212. You
Coinbase.
start like, what?
Man, look at that, be like, what? Your Apple, yeah? Good still.
But you can't even do it with them ones, innit? Because
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
decentralized, innit? But no,
Like,
as
you're
in
giving
that.
them game, bro. That is wicked.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, proper, they bang it still. And obviously, the thing is, it's more of a new pattern.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's more young boys now just do, especially if you're doing F, if you're bank black, it's just a normal thing now
Well, you know
that
what's
you're
funny?
gonna bang it.
They even say you shouldn't even have your trading apps on your phone. Like if you're they say a good investor forgets their password. You don't want to really be on your phone looking at it every day. And I guess it's just a friendly reminder. You know what I mean? Like, if you're the type of guys that your phone's on and you're locked in, that easily someone can access that. That's a bit long for you.
It's
bro.
mad still. It's mad still. But it's just funny, man. Game changes each time still. When I heard that, I was like, fam, if you take me back 10 years, will I survive? Like, in what you lot are doing now, man knew a certain way of doing things.
Yeah.
Now, bro, it's tough. I remember, we spoke about this before, innit? But I remember now, I went back to my college one time to talk to them. I remember coming to college now. When I was in college, probably 2-3 men were driving. Like, it wasn't common. It wasn't common. Do you know what I mean?
If you were driving in college, you get me?
You was get me.
Serious.
You're good.
And then the youth who was driving, I remember he had a 3-door Astra. Do you know what I mean? And back
then that was peak.
Back then,
I might have known him still, like.
bro, listen, bro, it was serious, innit? My brethren, so went back to college now. Fam, car park is full.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yes.
Car park is full. People are just putting up. I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, fair play. Like,
Well, you think
Yeah,
more
it's a
young boys
different
are
council.
driving now, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah,
Garrett.
definitely still.
Garrett.
100.
And peaker cars from
What,
earlier
100?
still.
Yeah,
I think
Garrett.
so, you know.
Garrett.
Bro, the game's
Still.
changed.
So
now. I
still.
can't even lie. It's leveled up still.
Yeah,
Nah,
man.
definitely.
But cars are more expensive as well now, as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
Like.
But people are getting
I
more
don't know how
bread.
they're doing it, fam.
But
People are getting more bread.
Well, if you think about the average young entrepreneur, then yeah, maybe. If we're talking about them kind of
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
But if we're just talking about like accessibility of like driving, I still doubt that. Like,
You
anyone
think?
could just.
Do you know?
You have to be doing something.
Yeah.
But now there's
Yeah.
probably more of a reason that you're doing
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
they're just
I think-
they're
and I
more
think-
affordable. I think
No,
people
no,
are
no.
just
And I think doing certain things is more accessible now.
Yeah,
Like it's more like, you know what, if I want to dibble and double in
Online.
it, fam, it's easy, bro.
Start streaming and that.
Fam,
Making money,
Hundred,
stupid
yeah.
money at 14.
Yeah,
It's
Bro.
true still.
Yeah.
And they're on all of that stuff from a lot of
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
exposure
yeah.
as well, innit?
Yeah.
One thing I
More
always
exposure
said yeah, is
still.
that the cars that we thought were sick when we was in college,
Yeah, bro.
like the cars
So-
that are decent now.
Yeah.
Because remember, they're not driving like Y Regis and all that.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
anymore,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like they're gonna be driving like a
Ambient lighting and
15 plate
Yeah.
They see
A class.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get what I'm trying to
yeah,
say?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
to school, bro, which
The
is
game-
crazy.
The game's big
What's-
enough still.
What's funny though, I remember, it's funny you said Y-Reg, because one of my brethren, we were in, I think he had 9 or something. I don't know how, but he was like, have you got like 130 or 140? Yeah. And I was like, fam, like what?
Bills.
Yeah, bills.
Yeah.
Like, you got 130, 140. I said, like, why? Kind of thing. He said, it's gonna get a car.
Yeah,
And I
but
was-
140 for a car is crazy.
No,
That's a
no.
dinger, bro.
Obviously,
Hey,
so
that's
he,
a-
no,
hey,
wait, you know what it is?
what? That
You know what it
car
is?
is mad.
So I was putting in, he put in, and my other brethren was putting in. But to be fair, it's so mad that at that time I didn't even ask bare questions. Do you get me? I was
Yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
I kind of thing. So I gave it to him. And then he was like, yeah, come to my area, innit? The next day, bro, he had one next, like Y-Reg, like old school Merc.
Yeah.
Like, when I say
Yeah.
old, bro, like it was crazy.
Yeah, first. yeah.
Imagine being in year 9, bro, and you're driving.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
You're,
bro.
bro, by the way, listen, it wasn't me, boy. Just for, you get me, fam? I went behind the wheel, but fam, no license, fam, no insurance. Right, man don't even know how to drive properly. What's his auto in it, but bro, driving that, I just remember it was just silly, but you're having bare fun.
Yeah, of course.
You're
You don't
having
really
bare,
seriousness
bro.
about
You're
that,
your bridges in the whiz, and you're there, and then guess what happened?
Crash it.
Crashed it, bro.
Yeah,
Of course he crashed it.
4 days
Of
later,
course he crashed it, fam.
crashed it, and then just left it there, and then that was that.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Bloody
And then
hell,
think about funny, and then it's just on to the next, like,
Yeah,
let's
the
go and play
resilience
football.
is different still.
Bro,
All of that stuff is mad because when we was growing up here, we didn't have to do so. You didn't have to sawn or insure in it. Do you get? So
Mm.
the car could be uninsured and you won't get in trouble because it's just outside your house. But then because of that, more man will get away with driving with no insurance.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
I swear there was even a point in time when they made insurance mandatory, bro, and it hadn't always been mandatory.
I don't remember.
As in
What, there was
first
a time
party?
before you could.
Yeah, but not. I don't think in our time. But I think there was a time where it was like, you know, like this whole there was a third party fully comp. all
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of stuff, Even before that, I feel like the part of the reason why that came about, I don't know for sure in it, but I feel like part of the reason why that even came about is because before it was like you could actually hit like an uninsured driver or they can hit you or whatever it is, and they will try and sort it out with their own money or whatever it is. But
I think fully comp has become stricter. Like
in our time,
in like the older lot's time, but to be fair, in our time as well, I think it's become stricter still. No, not in our time. Not in our time.
yeah, because I don't
No,
really
no,
see no
time
one
still.
buying third party now.
Yeah,
But
I
people
don't- I
could
don't
do.
know.
But
Yeah.
third party is more expensive
I
than
thought
fully
it's
comp
like
now.
I think it's like an addition, isn't it?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
You can drive this car, but then
That's the
someone
fully
else's
comp
car.
thing.
then-
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough still.
Is that still? But
yeah, fam.
yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I don't keep stuff in my car no more, man, because of all of that rubbish, fam.
Yeah, it makes sense though. And I think people are just more like, the crimes now are more bummy. That, to me, in terms of what I'm seeing, in terms of like, now you
But that's because you've grown though.
Yeah, no, but do you know what it is?
When
When I
phone
was
snatching and stuff like that.
like phone snatching on bikes,
But when you were
like,
young, you didn't think phone snatching
car,
was bummy, though.
going inside the car to take clothes, yeah, something when we were younger.
That is bummy.
That's
I don't
actually
think
bummy,
he
bro.
wanted, the intention was to steal the clothes though.
But that could have been anyone. That could have been a homeless man.
Oh, fair.
I hear
You know what
it.
I mean, and just he or she seeing
Was
the arms.
your car unlocked? Or was it locked?
I think there's been times where it's been locked. There's been times where it's been unlocked.
Fair. Yeah, then if it was unlocked, then it could be.
I think it
anyone,
was
so.
opportunist though, innit? Because if you smash a car, you're looking for stuff, like there's clothes there, you just take the clothes. I don't think you,
Yeah, I remember
set
my
out
dad was
to
talking-
take clothes.
No, but
Mm.
if you're looking through a window and you're seeing clothes, it's
Yeah.
like, what else is in there?
Yeah.
That's
What would you
motivation enough. Like, if that's what's like leaving, I'm old school. Like, I'm like, leave your stuff in the boot.
Yeah.
Because like, if you can see
See anything on the seat,
you
yeah,
think,
yeah,
"Wow,
yeah.
that's motivation to
Learn that,
smash a
yeah.
window real quick.
Yeah, learn that hard.
Yeah.
way. So
Yeah.
there was a time where I was in West Central. They've bust the window, taken man's pouch out of the whiz, yeah. And then you know it's bougie where they take like certain stuff that makes
Oh,
one
put it
like,
back.
and then other stuff like
It's just
they've left it.
They don't need that. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to
They
say?
know what
Like,
they want.
so there's
Nah.
like unknown perfumes and that, or like ooze or whatever it is that they don't know about. So
Mm.
they ain't taking that, but they're taking like the
Fam.
ones that they do know.
Nah, they
The
put it.
CD. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Selective.
you get what I'm trying to say? Bro. And then, yeah, so man's
Fam.
got an Apple AirTag in that something. So man's following it, yeah. I'm literally walking on the road with my brethren in that, yeah. And he's walking bare fast. And I was like to him, bro, just let me, like, don't walk too fast now because I'm
Save your
I'm
energy.
psyching myself up, like, I'm charging, innit? So, yeah. And then we get there and obviously no one was there, innit? But then bare stuff he had dashed out the bag and all that kind of stuff. And I was fuming. I can't lie to you. I was
Nah, the
fuming.
picking the perfume thing is funny though. So
Yeah.
imagine I was probably spraying it.
Remember
in
we
the
was
air,
outside Stalk? Remember we was outside Stalk and then
Yeah, oh
someone,
yeah.
someone had gone into the whiz and then
Yeah,
taken
yeah.
certain perfumes and not the other ones. Fam.
Oh, was
I
that the time?
No, that was the
Nah, I
next
think you're
time.
talking about another time.
Are you talking about that time
Bro,
we went to
trust
we went to premiere?
Oh,
Because remember that time?
No, there was a time I went to like even the composers thing. It was like some like launch that they were doing, innit? And the
Mm.
Red Bull Studios thing. So it was even that time that happened. It's all mad, man.
Yeah, it's crazy still.
I was driving home, smash window at the back, bro. I had to try and find
Freezing.
black bag and all that. I hated that day, bro. It made no sense, bro.
It's funny still.
Yeah,
We say, what's wedding prep saying?
Yeah, it's alright, you know. It's alright still. I can't even lie to you. I think, you know, that's the question whereby when people say it, they kind of expect like a mad kind of answer, innit? And I think what it is just this bare like little things that you kind of have to be on top of, innit? So even
Yeah.
on the way here, I was thinking, oh crap, I need to send that thing. And it's like, when you think about it, all right, cool. Do it sort of straight away, innit?
Yeah.
One thing I say for sure, yeah, and I made a video in it, innit? Just in terms of obtaining favor from the Lord, innit? When it's like, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Obtains favor from the Lord, yeah.
Yep.
Bro, the favor,
Come on.
we've been seeing
Come
a lot
on.
of favors.
Come on.
for
Yeah.
sure.
I
We've been seeing
stand
a lot
on
of favour, bro.
stand on that still. It's
Yeah.
the one thing that I pay forward. Like
Mm.
after I proposed, one of my brethrens, the way he did it was, you know him as well. Like, bro, at the engagement party, he just walked into man, bro. It's like he spoke that into man. So he's like, bro, he finds a wife. I said, fine. I was like, yeah, man, I'm on a
Yeah,
high.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
before.
yeah.
I said, yeah, man,
Yeah.
finds a good thing. He's like, no, and
And
obtains
obtains
favor
favour
from
from
the.
God.
And when he said that,
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I've told so many different man that, like, bro, same thing.
Yeah.
Favor from the Lord, bro. Car.
Crazy.
The test that come, but I believe that principle.
Yeah,
in
facts.
business, like,
Yeah.
there's no way you want to be investing in taking care of your family and God's not gonna show up.
Nah,
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you're doing the
yeah.
right thing. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, and it's the same when you have a youth as well, bro.
Mhm.
Like it's just boom, boom. God's got you still.
Yeah.
I thought we were working well with it as well, innit?
Mm.
Just in terms of like, we're not having any like clashes and all of that sort of stuff. Obviously, naturally, there's certain things that she might be a bit more and I'm a bit more like
Yeah,
one
yeah,
way
yeah.
about. But other than that, like, bro, I can't even, it's been good still. I can't even lie to you, bro. It's
Yeah.
been good. Obviously, it's
That's it
expensive.
still.
You got that
But it's
registry
like-
up,
Say again?
like gift registry.
No, not yet, you know. Not
Yeah.
yet still. Not yet still. But we're gonna
I'll
pack
tell
it
you,
on
fam.
soon.
Priorities,
Yeah,
I'll tell you, fam.
Load
You
that
gotta
up.
set
You gotta let fam, people need to do installments.
Yeah.
You know, like
Trust me,
We're gonna pack it. We'll pack it that one soon.
Trust
but
me,
yeah, it's
bro.
expensive, innit? But obviously, like, and when whenever I've spoken to people about it, I'm not saying it's expensive to make you like scared about it, whatever. Innit? It's just like, all right, cool, prepare for the fact that obviously you're gonna have to spend like a significant amount in it. And obviously in saying that, just spend what you can. You don't have to go and do like
bro, save what
you don't have to do all of the bells and whistles. Like you can just, bro, do you know what I mean? Do what you can, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, I can't lie. Save what you can, man.
Yeah, no,
Spend what you can. I hear it, but
no,
save
but I
what
mean,
you can,
spend what you can in that like prioritize, innit?
Do you know what it is, bro? Listen, it's one of them things we was talking about it before, innit? And it's like, for me, yeah, I feel like gone are the days, yeah. You see the COVID thing, it's turned everything on its head. Bear man got married in secret. Not secret, but that's not the right way of saying it. But it was a lot smaller in it because of the circumstances and that. And since then, a lot more people have been doing small weddings. Do you get? So you could do the whole Chad thing, invite the whole world, everyone have fun. Cool. Do you get? Save your bread. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then when it comes to the white wedding, it's your nearest and dearest. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It means more to you, means more to everyone that's there and all that kind of stuff. But then also, it means that, fam, it's almost like, I feel like when I'm saying this year, the vibe I'm saying it with is, you know, Friday where it's like, we're pop season with a gun and he's talking about using his fists. And it's like, the good thing about this is that you live to fight another day. That's what I feel like I'm saying, bro. I'm saying that, listen, if you ain't spending all that bread on your wedding, bro, you live to fight another day, fam. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You can pump that money into things that really matter in terms of location where you're right afterwards. Even in terms of like, different things is like investments in terms of you lot and what you lot want to be doing in the future. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
What would you say to people who their rebuttal is like, it's that some people find joy in holidays, other people find joy in like whips. But me, my wedding is something that I wanted to put. Like I really wanted to enjoy to
I'm gonna say they're gonna have to have like 50 of them to make that sustainable, bro.
Listen, I'll break that down and show them how
you can part the whip. I ain't even seen my wedding video since, bro. You get me? And I remember that was a highlight. Like, bro, make sure this, that. Bro, I ain't seen it once. It's nice when you. It's nice when one of your nearest and dearest come to your yard for the first time and it's like, the wedding photo. After that, like. You get me? Then again, though, I can't wait to hit the 10-year mark and do something. Man has to do something like, and God willing, man's in a very financial, favorable place where man don't need to worry about all of that. I think the problem is that people are getting married young as well, and they even touched them kind of expenses, invoices before. So that's what's rattling them. Because they're all new to that world. But later on, if you get me, if you have the capacity to do it, you get me. I just heard a mad stat that literally before I was coming here, I was listening to one podcast on Diary the CEO, and I was hearing that the average age for someone to put a deposit now is early 40s. Something mad like that.
It's peak still.
It's gone
to
mad.
have a deposit for a yard,
it's gone mad now. It's crazy now.
The thing is,
when you look at the national average as well,
it's crazy.
You get me? So I'm like, raw, but that's not the national average of people getting married.
That's what I'm saying. Bro, they need to do the stats on how much people are spending on their weddings, fam. Because trust me, and what it is, like, remember when we was talking to Tips about it as well, and his vibe was like, he would definitely prioritize yard over
wedding.
Even E-Man, he said that recently as well, innit? He was like, he'll prioritize marriage. Sorry,
yard
over the wedding, innit? Sort of thing, because the wedding is not the marriage, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say at the end of the day? And this is my thing. So if I was chatting to someone and they're like, oh yeah, people have cars, this, that, and the other, my thing is the wedding day. I'd just be like, bruv, like, I can't even lie. What I would say to them, I'm not gonna say on air, innit? But it's like, just one of them things. I'll show you how silly that is, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's I don't get to see people like what they like, innit? I'll say fair enough, innit? I'll say, listen, what happens? You know that song in church that we used to sing when the music fades?
Yeah.
Bro, what happens when the music fades, bro?
Bro, man,
going back to worship. Bro, we're going back to your mum's yard, or we're going back to someone's yard, and it's not your own. And then you lot start having friction because someone left something on the side of the table that they weren't supposed to. Don't get it twisted. Hey, trust me, you lot. Bro, I feel like sometimes people see, man, and think I'm on certain things, Trust me, I'm old school. Trust me when I say I believe in, if I had that situation, I would move back into my mum's yard with my family and all that kind of stuff, and I'll save my bread, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, trust me, I feel like sometimes, you know, the whole thing is that, this yard's not big enough for the two of us and all that. Bro, it's free, bro. Like,
do you think there's a balancing line, like, with the person that wants a lit wedding, but definitely wants to be cost effective. And they're trying to find a way to do both. Like, like for instance, COVID was the perfect excuse.
What?
COVID? What? COVID? You can't come, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
COVID. Social distancing.
10 people.
Yo.
Next year, though. Next year.
I'm going to do
I'm
it.
They're going to run it back. One of my bridges says they've been doing it 5 years now.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro. That's my story, fam. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
oh, what you did it in COVID.
The maddest thing is, like, because so man done the trad like time ago, and then I done the actual white kind of like, so marriage blessing and all that kind of stuff like later in it, just because of like logistics and that, and like one of the things was, I think like 2 weeks before or a week before or something like that, Wizkid had a concert, and this is still COVID times.
Oh, bare people.
Oh, you're getting mad.
Bare man. Bare man. Hey, bare man caught COVID.
Yeah.
He went there because of that.
What, to your wedding?
Yeah, bro. He was there. But remember how many people weren't there?
Yeah.
One of my brothers was trying to make it there, and he was like, bro, you actually physically can't.
And you know there was that season there, like, bro, if you had that...
I was like, bro, it's better you stay at home.
Yeah.
Did you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Don't come to my event, and it's my event that everyone's saying that they're catching X, Y, Z from. Do you get?
But it's hindsight, man. It's hindsight. Still.
Bro.
I think destinations could be a pattern.
100. Destinations are pricey,
They're still
bro.
expensive.
They're pricey. Bro, people think they're pricey.
You know what it is?
They're
You know what
still
makes
pricey. Yeah, but you'll probably get more for your money.
You'll
though.
get more for your money.
Get more for your
That's what
money.
you're doing.
Guaranteed.
Get me.
You'll get more for your money.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
But then also, if you used to do the same thing here, though, do
You
you
wouldn't
get
be
what I'm
able to be
saying?
able to.
Exactly, because
You wouldn't be able to.
bread.
That money.
So you do save money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
is, the key reason why you save money is also because it's abroad and there's less people.
And it's like,
And that's what I was
it's
gonna say. It's the
package.
people.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
me? Like people aren't gonna fly, but because that's what I say. You still want a lit wedding.
Yeah.
You just don't want to have to go through all of the stress of hosting for people you don't even really want to
Yeah,
be hosting for.
yeah.
But like, bro, I just come from a wedding last year in a Kos in Greece. Bro, there was only like 100 people there.
Yeah.
But man was on
Sick,
man was
innit?
on like a mountain.
Yeah.
Man was on a mountain. And
Yeah.
it's got all
Different vibe.
like
There's a
drinks are
completely
just
different
flowing,
vibe.
joys in the room,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like everyone was up. Like
And
Yeah,
abroad
makes
is a
sense.
package as well.
It's
So
a package,
here
the
it's
package,
like
yeah.
decor separate, food separate.
Yeah, it's a package.
drinks
Get me?
separate.
Yeah.
Over there,
bro.
bro, it's all in one. And
Yeah,
like you said,
bro.
you get more.
and you're on a holiday
for your money,
mindset,
innit?
like, bro,
Yeah,
don't, bro, I say it all the time, like, I don't know if your wedding's on a Thursday or something like that, bro,
No,
but it's
that's
like, if you're still in work mode, and then people are calling off sick, or they got work in the morning, it gets difficult to really see them engaged. And everyone's trying to be there for you for your big day. That's why Saturday, Sunday is probably the best. But when you're on a destination thing,
Yeah.
you're on holiday.
You're on holiday,
Everyone's
yeah,
just
your mind is
fully
different.
immersed. They're
Yeah,
happy. Like,
What's mad? I didn't want to do abroad. I done abroad last year.
okay.
I didn't want to. Initially,
Okay.
it was my missus that was like, "No,
Let's run it."
I proper want this."
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? All right, let's weigh up the costings and let's see. And then what happened is that we ended up going to a wedding abroad. So when we went to that wedding abroad, we were
Scary,
like,
innit?
"Hey, you know what?
Kind of.
This thing is making sense."
Yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah.
you get- because like you know what it is, like weddings abroad, I think they're more glamorous.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bro.
Do you get me? If you tried to run that same
No
glamorous
way.
stuff
Bro,
here,
100
No
bags.
way.
well, you gotta be a
100
baller.
literally,
You
yeah.
got to be,
100
fam, you got to be playing
Literally,
football
yeah,
or something.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It don't
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sense,
Yeah, bro.
Especially
Like
on
you
a
said-
Saturday and Sunday as well.
bro. Drinks just
Remember that
flowing.
E-Man's one?
Yeah.
That big E-Man's one.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Man
that
likes a good
stupid.
wedding now, you know.
Oh,
Weddings
of
are
course.
like,
What is
bro,
it?
It's a good
peak,
event,
like,
bro.
the market's high now.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, I've had a clash, 2 dates, 2 weddings. I'm like, yo, which one's going on? You get me? I love you both.
Yeah.
You get me? Which one's got the tap?
I hear it still.
You
I
get
hear
me?
it.
But I
Yeah,
think
like-
there's always a balance to be had though, innit? So you see what you're saying just in terms of like balancing like the litness and I guess and obviously how much you spend or whatnot. So we're literally doing that, innit? In terms of like, I think it comes from the people, innit?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
On
say.
the
Do you get what I mean? So
Money.
the way I'm viewed in my spaces, the way she's viewed in her spaces is exactly the same, innit? So when it comes to the people that will be there, we're not concerned about how is it going to be kind of thing, innit? Because we know where we know
fam.
what we have. Do you get what I mean?
It's important.
And I think,
still.
and I see a lot that like obviously people are concerned with. All right, I want this to look a certain way for it to look a certain way, innit? But we know how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So I'm not concerned with all right, cool. It has to like this person coming or this person coming.
Yeah.
We know what where we come from, kind of thing.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we know what to expect
Yeah.
on the day, innit? And then even in terms of like stuff like decor and all of these sorts of things, it's just bare things that you can kind of you can maneuver and try.
Just
and
don't compromise that
do you know what I
honeymoon.
mean?
You get me?
Yeah.
Like,
It's so mad because someone asked me the other day, I was like, "Oh, what if you look?" I was like, "Nah, you know."
yeah, that was man though as well. Like
Nah.
for time we didn't, and the way I was just getting texts from my girl like, "Oh, we gotta pay this. I was gonna pay this." And man's just, you get me? I'm just pissed off, like just paying. And then one day she's like, "Oh, we gotta get the honeymoon." I was like. And then I've seen the price of the honeymoon. I'm like, I'm mad. I'm frying. I'm frying. And I'm like, I paid it. And she's like, and I'm almost like trying to stall that one. We got into a mini passer because she's like, how are you trying to hesitate on the honeymoon? I'm like, what? All of this? But cut this story short, man had to pay it. But bro, I'm in Mexico 7 days after the wedding, and I'm like, this is man's greatest cop. This is man's greatest cop.
That's what people say still. Because it's really for you, it's the two of you.
That's
innit?
and you get me. After all of that, like I can't lie. Like, I always say, start right, finish better. Like you know, if you start 100%. Good, like I think because of the way man are putting mad bread into the wedding part, you even kind of start compromising on the bits where it's really you and your gal. And like I'm like to the point of like circumstances vary, but like certain man will now delay their honeymoon like 6 months, 7 months in. Like we're gonna go away for the day, and that's fair. However, everyone's situation is, but I would say it is a shame to compromise that intimate time with your partner because of these other things that take precedent, like auntie and the seats. You get me? So I'm always like, man, where you can, like a honeymoon, bro, you start right.
No.
Get me? Especially for us Christians that you get me? Man, I need some practice in the game. You get me, bro? Nothing's gonna help you out like some hot sun. I'm giving someone game. Hello, I'm giving someone game in here. Someone needs to listen to that over this thing, car.
Say the week of Jubilee, boy. You gotta go there. Enjoy yourself. Get the sun. A few drinks. All inclusive. Bro. The all inclusive thing is funny still. What? I'll sit my drink. Right. What? Before I finish this drop, bro, everything has to run. They're telling me what the bar closed at 11.
All inclusive. I had a conversation about the all inclusive thing a minute ago. It's a bit mad. It's a bit of a controversial one, but like I can't lie. Gluttony is a real thing, innit? It's peak. I'm the type of guy. I'm like, rah, 1.5. If you want me to enjoy myself, it's all inclusive. I just need to know, not even just for the drink, it's everything. Just the whole thing. I need that. Talk to me, because I think I need to break that mindset a little, because the way I even think about it, because health is huge for man, but it's just like when you go on holiday, you're actively saying, forget health. You're being honest.
You indulge in it.
For all inclusive, you're actually saying, "Oh no, this is my vice now." Man's going berserky. You get me? But I don't know.
Balance, isn't it?
So it is, man. I think in terms of like holidays in general, one of the things I know it's escape, innit? Like it's an escape. Like that's the whole thing of holiday, innit? Like, all your bills, all that kind of stuff, all of that stuff, you don't worry about it. Where somewhere else, like utopia, all that kind of stuff. Fair enough, innit? I think for me, the reason why I don't do full board or all inclusive, is because more time wherever I go, I'm not gonna eat all my meals in that hotel or whatever it is, and I don't really go resorts like that.
Okay,
so where I am,
you're a city man, get the rental, move around. Do
you get? So more time places that I've been, it's not been a resort thing. So there's not been any. It hasn't really made any sense. And my thing is that when we go out there, we want to go out on dinners and that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
you're the one of the man them that want to get everyone out of the hotel.
Hey, the maddest thing is that
me still.
I never used to be like that. Still, I never used to be like that. I always used to be the ones that I want to chill.
Trying to get active.
But bro, when you have fun, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That?
I hear you. With the man them excursions is a must. I think when I'm with my gal,
when I'm with my missus,
I just like because the excursion she want to go on respectfully, she's she's the opposite, and that's what the test as well. Like I was trying to do buggy and all of that. She wanted to go to the museum. Like, you get me? Like, and like, I'll probably. So for me, I feel like it's more of a a chill kind of holiday
Mm.
to get the most. But when you're with the man, then
Yeah, it's different.
I think let's
Bro.
do it all.
When I went Dubai, I remember now, I've gone with my missus. So we're on she's booked the speedboat thing for me, innit? So I'm like, all right, cool, man, let's run it.
What, just for you? Like you?
So just for me, but she's come.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, no, like, let's go in it kind of thing, innit? Oh, big mistake.
Yeah, slow down.
Big bro, I'm trying to rev this thing. Just go
Slow down.
screaming.
You don't love me.
Bro,
You're so
she's like, banging man's back.
Hey, you don't love me.
She don't
bro.
roll.
It's so bad.
I'm like, fam,
Where's your morals?
bro,
Oh
come
my
down,
God.
get closer to shore. You're getting too far. I was like, bro, listen, you
ruined it.
You know, for me,
I learned though, never again.
you know it's my missus that's more on all of that.
Is it?
That man.
Yeah, I
Oh.
heard
Is it?
that. Yeah, you can go that way.
Bro,
so
do you
what?
know-
You both on it? Was it opposite?
So we're both on that. So we both do the jet skiing and all that kind of stuff. But me, when I jump on a jet ski first, and when we went out there, bro, I'm testing it out, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Let me understand fully the realms
All
of
the birds
possibilities.
Yeah.
Then, alright, cool. Then that's when you saw the video of man zooming past the XYZ. Do you get? But man warms up to it, bro. She gets in the car, starts revving it all the way straight away, bro. And I'm like, yo, like,
Mine likes
didn't even
activities better as
understand.
well still.
Yeah.
Mine likes
Bro.
activities better still. Remember, I went to Wales for one of my birthdays, like Zip World.
Oh.
And do you remember the thing that I went on? It was like the highest
yeah.
zip line in like the whole of Europe or something like that. She
Yeah,
banged
yeah,
it as well. She's
yeah.
on all of that stuff. still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
she
think it's
must
that
have like that
smooth
as well.
balance still. Like we like when man went Jamaica with my girl.
Oh, I wanna
She
go to
was like,
Jamaica still.
probably one of man's Nigerian, but like, bro,
I
like
wanna go to
Jamaica,
Jamaica, man.
highlight still. But
Yeah.
now it's like we'll go to do the activity, but man was jumping in the cenotes, like jumping in. She don't want to jump in, but she'll snap me.
Yeah.
She's like, you go, you go.
yeah.
Now, man's achieved that certain
Yeah.
equilibrium. And I'm
Yeah.
2 years in, it's like, you know you want to do that. I'm not gonna hold you back. Go through, risk your thing.
It's funny.
I'm there.
still.
I'm gonna get the content, and
Yeah,
I like that because I'm getting my little museum out of you. So like, I think that balance is
it's important. And
Still,
find someone like me, when I go on holiday, I want to jump on and jet ski. I also want to go to a museum.
I do as well.
yeah,
get me?
no, and
So,
she
do you get-
put me on.
Do
She
you get what
helped
I'm
me a
trying to
little
say?
on that.
So
yeah.
I like a bit of both. It's
Yeah.
funny because me and my missus were talking about our parents, innit? I'm like, yeah, you know.
You
but
don't
fam,
like all that
so
stuff.
for example, when we,
I know you're going to talk
yeah,
about
exactly, bro.
me,
We went SA, we went South Africa, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and we went on a tour of Soweto. Yeah,
Okay.
bro, area's
It's cold
peak, bro.
still.
It's cold because there's bare history to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In terms
Oh,
of
cold as in peak.
Yeah, cold as in sick.
yeah, sick,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it's got like the higher class, the lower class, the middle class,
got
the
you.
history
I
of
need
how
to
they
get
got
to
there,
essays still.
bro. It's lit. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Man enjoys. I enjoyed that part
Definitely
thoroughly.
still.
There's
Do you get
certain
what I'm trying to
trips
say?
where you're going to a place that's got history.
Yeah.
You got to be out there.
Yeah.
Egypt, man was out there.
Yeah.
But like somewhere like Lanzarote where man just came from a few months back. I'm like,
Yeah. What-
Bro, like,
we
I
can
was
say
saying,
it.
Damn you.
Lanzarote,
Yeah,
boy,
Lanzarote.
the
yeah,
whole of
Lanzarote,
Aston
you know what,
Martins,
man,
boy.
I'm
Listen,
trying to get out still.
Yeah.
But it's-
But the thing I was getting on to you lot about was the whole like, and don't get it twisted. If there's anywhere where you should go and you're doing all of that,
Oh, what,
it's
Mandela
Nelson
House?
Mandela's house and all that kind of stuff.
Bro,
But
there was food. It was a
these
restaurant,
these
bro.
men are all chatting to man about, we went to see his room and that. Like, I was like, bro,
Bro, it
what
was
do
a
you
restaurant,
mean?
man.
You went to see his
Yeah,
room?
Imagine he
you
turned
can-
his yard into like a
Like,
hotel.
what do you mean?
It's
basically.
a-
But you know they.
We went out to go and eat, man.
That's
We
the
went
whole
to eat.
show.
And they're just showing us around like, oh, right, this is where he was. Yeah.
Nah, I hear it.
Oh, what?
still.
Food, bro.
Why you want?
I don't go to their room, fam. Yeah,
Bro.
It is a bit
And
jarring when they just do that. They do that to all these tourism attractions.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They just
yeah.
rinse it out and
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like, bro.
But the point you made about the all-inclusive thing,
Yeah.
I think is a good point still. When I go, there's a resort that I've gone to 2-3 times, yeah. That's the only resort I get all-inclusive in, yeah. Because it's the only one that can, sometimes it says all-inclusive, but there's bare caps
He's like, yeah.
on certain
Oh,
things.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
there's bare stars on this
Yeah,
food
yeah,
menu
yeah,
that
yeah.
you can't get this
Certain
though.
restaurants you
but you
can't
get
go.
that, you can't.
Yeah.
So for me, when I go on holiday, it's kind of like, it can't be like ends.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I can't go somewhere and the thought of putting out my wallet every time
Yeah.
I'm about to,
That's what I'm saying. Because in ends, you're just paying.
bro, I'm
you're
just
living.
paying.
That's why I get the full
Do
service
you get me?
and serve me and
And
my
just- and
family.
do it, and let's
for
do
that.
it.
I just enjoy that. Yeah.
Fam. And again, when it comes to the whole gluttony point, yeah, and health and stuff, I feel like the way life is, like sometimes, yeah, the way we live life isn't the way that life is meant to be lived, if you know what I mean. So for example, me and my brethren talk about this all the time, yeah, and there's certain ways that we've grown up, yeah, and we've done life, we think it's normal, but it's really because we didn't really have much.
Mm.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? The way we do certain things is because we didn't have much. But for us, it's like, no, this is normal.
You said we got poverty mindset.
Fam, it's cats that used to sell an abundance mindset. Like abundance mindset in that, like, bro, like, you're paying for this, innit? Like, like, do it. Do you get me? Like, this is something that you can enjoy. Like, do it. And most things is like a mindset. Like, I remember I had a friend who, fam, every time we used to go shop, we used to go Tesco, Asda, whatever, bro, they're picking up the Asda value biscuit, like the Tesco value biscuit. But these times, you're buying £800 shoes.
Yeah,
the regs.
yeah,
It's like, bro, this is useless. You get me? That's what it is.
Sometimes they like the actual taste of the
No, they just for vibrant. They want it to seem like, oh yeah, man, like a budgeted kind of thing. You're not budgeting. But I have another brethren, who their thing's more of a lifestyle. So I know that because they see that they buy certain things, let me get this version of it, or buy that, let me get that version of it. They're building a habit, a lifestyle of I'm budgeting. So to bring it back now, when you go all inclusive, it's not like you're splashing out. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because throughout the year, throughout your life, you're living responsibly. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's not a all indulgent, throw money at this thing. It's more so, you know what? I'm living within my means. I'm living right when I'm on holiday. Like, this week doesn't supersede everything else. Do you get me? The way that I've lived life. So for me, I'm there. I'm like, listen, this thing, I must enjoy. Like, I must enjoy it.
What is you lot's not vice, but I feel like even with the brothers around me and conversations we're actively having about life and wealth, is like we're constantly like renewing our perspective on, bro, like, what did man spend on? 'Cause I can't lie, since man got married and like man's got a youth now, like there was one day recent, like last year, I started deep and I was like, bro, I don't really treat myself or do nothing for my, like everything's just purpose, like pay bills, pay car, pay this. Like before I knew, I was like, and then as you said, like clothes, like I don't really care about clothes, like drip, like you get me, unless I'm shooting something, and it's like, bro, like what does man like? And I was asking the man, and like, bro, what's the fix and stuff? You get me? Like I know what mine is now.
What's that?
But like in holidays. Like for me to have like, and there's a book as well by it's called The Financial Joy by Kenny and his wife. Forgot his name. I was just trying to research it to remember his name. But there's a book called Financial Joy. What's his name? Kenny. Have you not heard of The Humble Penny? Yeah. They just black couple, Christian couple. They just give mad financial wealth knowledge to young black couples as well. To be honest, young couples as a whole. But yeah, they got a book called Financial Joy. Me and my wife are using that as a devotional for a bit. And essentially, their point is that you don't need wealth to have financial joy, and that financial joy is having the freedom to pay for the things you want to pay for, and that grows within time. So like this mindset of like, oh, jug now, suffer now, make bread later, they dispel that. They're like, no, you can you like going out for dinner dates, you can afford that, do that, then that's your financial joy. So, and like we've been evaluating that. Within that perspective, I kind of just said, okay, what's joyful for me? Like, what do I want to find joy with my finances? And I've realized both of us as well really love to travel. So whether that's big trips, little trips, that's just one of our things, isn't it? But like, bro, like I will happily put my money to traveling. I happily, like, you know what I mean? That's just for me. Like some man like cars. I'm starting to get more into the karting as well. I want to swap my whip. But like, traveling for me is my thing.
But I'm trying to think of like, I don't think I do. I think I enjoy it. There's certain things I enjoy, but I don't necessarily do them a lot. So if, for example, traveling, you enjoy traveling, so you travel a lot. And I'm trying
intentionally.
To think, like, what does man do that actually
that gives you that fix, that healthy? It might be an unhealthy one as well. Like some people say like food, yeah. But then I think that's linked to other stuff. So like, I might like have like a period in my life when I'm feeling a certain type of way, and then I have food bare. I'll be eating bad bare. Do you know what I mean? Because of that, they talk about sugar giving you endorphins and all that sort of stuff, innit? But in terms of like, I don't really know, you know. That's a good question. Endorphins is what you're actually looking for, innit? It's that dopamine kick. Like when you do this, now man's living. Now I'm like, because I know man that are jogging, working hard for money, and it's like they claiming they have achievements that they want to go after, but the bulk of their lives is just doing the jugging,
working.
And I'm like, bro, I've said to one of my guys, like, bro, you need to travel, you need to do this. Like, he's like, yeah, I will.
Yeah.
But for now, I gotta. So it's like those little things that you want to kind of do. I don't know. Like, I think. Man, don't really do much. Like Monopoly now. Man's trying to play Monopoly's man's skin as well.
Man does
You lot play?
Monopoly every month.
Oh, I'm trying to set that up
Man
still.
does every
Monopoly,
month.
like, man, not poker, so I think it's the new poker, bro.
Yeah.
I recently started playing again and I slap a lot of the man up. So,
Yeah, bro. Hey, you come round, bro.
me.
Yeah, no, bro.
I'm there.
So 2 years ago, me and my brethren started a monthly Monopoly thing.
Yeah.
Every game, it's like just £10.
Yeah.
We just put £10 in.
Yeah, like-
End of the year, whoever wins it, take the bread. Still.
Oh, you stack it up.
You stack it up. And then we just
Okay, so
take it.
the games that you're playing monthly,
Yeah.
there's-
So everyone's putting
so you
10.
tally 10
Everyone's
in.
putting 10. Do you get
So
me?
if you win that day,
Nah, it's points. So if you, I think it's if you win, it's 10 points. If you're second, it's like
Oh,
7.
yeah.
Your
I like
third,
that.
it's like 4th. Your 5th is 9 or something. Do you get me? But so points, and then end of the year.
Monopoly is the game, you know.
Bro,
I heard it
I get
No,
bored of Monopoly.
no,
Nah, bro.
Bro,
It's
my
just-
girl,
yeah.
I was recently
Yes.
looking at the instructions and I see that its age range begins at 8.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, my daughter's playing this game.
Bro, my godson, no,
Because I was like, when she's bro,
Yeah.
the life lessons,
bro,
bro.
my godson
I do
plays. Sometimes he's there.
100.
We'll just start. It was like, oh yeah, move it. I'll be like, what should I buy?
Yeah,
What should-
You
I'll be
get
like,
me?
eh.
And like when you start struggling, getting sent to jail, and you see people's like
Bro.
behaviors come out, like
Yeah.
this is there, and then you start seeing a man cop a hotel on their
Yeah.
property. You're like, they start looking at you
Start
different. I'm like, this is
flipping.
real life, bro.
I heard it
And
still.
it starts with a roll of a dice. You
Yeah,
get me? It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
really it's strategy, but it starts with a roll. Like,
Yeah.
where do you land?
Yeah.
And-
Facts.
You get me? And like,
No, it's good stuff.
Right.
yeah,
Would
man,
you say you know
bro,
the rules properly?
very well, man.
Ah,
I'm
I
the
hear
bank
it.
as well. I play banks.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
No, only one can play.
Nah, bro, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Bro. Let's do it.
It depends how quick you are with the change.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, man can play still.
What's mad is that obviously when we started 2 years ago, we started reading the rules properly.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, hold on. There's bare things
That people don't do.
that people are doing that
Yeah.
you just can't do.
I mean, I started playing seriously again last year. So when I got it, I was looking at the rules. I was looking at YouTube. I was like, right, man's gonna play it in my household.
Yeah,
Man's
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
play it
yeah.
properly. 100, yeah. There's mad silly things that
Yeah.
people do, like stuff with like debating with the how to remortgage and stuff.
Yeah,
copies
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
little things
But
like
there's
that.
still blurred lines with certain
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah,
even
yeah.
one thing we used to do is when you're in jail, you can't collect money in your property. That's what we used to
What?
do.
Oh no, but you can.
But you
though.
can.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
No, but I think logically sometimes that.
Nah, man.
No, do you know
that's
why?
Crazy.
Do you know why? Because jail can be a benefit for you. If it's a peak game where everyone's got a hotel,
Yeah, you just want to
Yeah,
stay
you
in
want to
it.
stay in.
But you can
know,
only stay in there
bare
for
times.
three
Three rounds.
rounds.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
there is bare times, fam. The whole board is stacked with yards, hotels.
That
the
whole
lot.
strip outside
Yeah,
the
bro.
jail.
Bro,
Like,
listen,
I'm like,
God, bro.
Bro, man
I'm
goes
like,
like that
this
and
is-
I'm praying it's not a double.
Yeah,
I'm praying it's not a double.
Yeah, real rap still. Real rap still. I've got
Listen.
time for Monopoly still. And people say, oh, it's long. I'm like, yeah, like, man needs a bit of, escapism probably the best word.
Yeah,
but it's like,
yeah.
man, like,
My brethren bangs it. He's even got it on PS5, fam.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
He's
So,
got-
man,
man
start
started
hearing a man
playing-
them play
yeah.
it on PS5.
yeah, it's not the
bangs it.
same with the roll though.
I hear it
It's
still.
not the
It's
same,
still
like-
RNG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
But you know what it is? It's one of them things where it's like, because I got a couple verses in it. Like, I got a few verses still. I know what I like in it.
Mm.
Yeah, I like cars or whatever. But like in terms of stuff that, because I'm not gonna be going and just getting a rental and then driving something. Like, yeah. So that's died down a little bit in it.
Mm.
But in terms of like, obviously I like gadgets and all that kind of stuff in it. So
Mm.
normally, if it's a thing where it's like, ah, cool, like I'm gonna spend money on it, like monetary,
Mm.
then it will be like might be like I don't know, like a new like laptop or MacBook or this,
Yeah,
that, and the
tech.
other, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then also I like holidays now as well, innit? So it's like every once in a while I'll go on something. So for example, like anyway, I'll go on holidays and all that kind of stuff in it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But like I feel like with all of this, yeah, and don't get it twisted, I understand it. I even understand the concept of financial joy in it.
Mm.
But it's like I feel like a key thing that kind of just supersedes all of this for me, yeah, it's just understanding the season that you're in. There might be certain seasons, yeah, where man can't run the whole, holiday and that. Yes, I can afford it, but does it make the most sense? So, for example, even when we talk about gluttony, we're talking about sort of all inclusive. It's like everything's permissible, not everything's conducive. So, for example, I'll give you an example. Normally, the time that me and my missus go away is like January. January, there's always a fast on. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Time zones sometimes help us, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Sometimes they don't. Sometimes we're awake before you lot are awake. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So we've already eaten way before we're supposed to eat. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But it's like one of them things where it's just like, when I get out there, I'll be real. My mindset when I go out on holiday is the fact that I know out of every, bro, you lot know even, like I can go dumb. Like, I can, if, you see with man, where man didn't have when I was young, and then I got the means to have when I was older, a big part of my life I spent on the whole, whatever I want, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? If I like this crepe, I'm buying 3 colours. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and all that kind of stuff. And I think for me, I've gone through that journey where I have to strip all of that back now, because it's like, all of that, the opportunity cost of all of that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like, sometimes we have to have an eye on the future as well, innit? In terms of like, cool. Yeah, I like these things and all that kind of stuff. And do you know what? Actually, I feel like I do need a break and all that kind of stuff. But do you know what? I'm going to compromise on that break just because I know what I'm trying to put this money to. And not just the thing where it's like, I remember when I was saving for a crib and all that kind of stuff, but then I'll still buy stuff in between, innit? Which people will look at man and be like what are you doing, sort of thing, innit? And like, like there was one particular person that always used to be like, oh yeah, I like that ways too, but I'm saving for my house, innit? But then my thing was just like, I'm not just saying this stuff, innit? So I'm actually putting this money away, and then I've got the yard, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And I had all of these things in between. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
That sounds like your financial joy though, because the principle is finance is a priority. So you're achieving it, you're ticking the boxes, but you're not compromising the things that you actually value and enjoy. So like, because I have to get this house to get security for my family, I'm now not going to be buying myself trainers. You get me? Like that's you sound like the example that the book's describing.
I need to tap into that then, because the thing is, I think the only difference is I'm saying that rather than me buying the £400 crepe, man's getting the £100 crepe. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because that £300 has to go to the yard.
Yeah, and that's the joy. Like, no matter the priorities as men in the room as well that we have to do to achieve the financial expectations for our home, are we still joyful in it? Like, do you are you miserable now because all your kicks are done out and you don't want to do nothing with it because of these financial expectations? And for a long time, I think the bulk of men as well that man speaks to about it, they're so fixed on those deliverables that they have to do for their home. They're not even happy. Like, you know what I mean? That's why when people are like, "Bro, you go on holidays," I'm like, that's a priority for me now. Like, even if it's like going away to like Dublin, like just for a day. I realized something in my spirit. For me to be the high achieving, effective worker I am, I need to be able to do things that are just for me.
That allow you to decompress.
That allow me to decompress. And I'm still navigating it, my bro, because you know, man, I work hard. I work hard, and I've realized like I've done stuff where I've got to the point where, you know, like you can silence your spirit or sit down in your whip at the end of a long day. And you actually start having an introspective one when you're like, bro, I haven't really been kind to this body of mine. Actually, I'm not kind to you. You get me? I work hard, but I'm not actually kind to you. And I think now, when I do speak so boldly about, I'm gonna get this for myself, or I travel, mainly it's just traveling. I'm speaking from that place of like, bro, someone deserves that. You know what I mean? A lot of men don't deserve it. Cause I can look at a man and smell the hustle's not on you. You get me? But a certain man, like, I'm like, no, Fez, you get me?
It makes sense.
Where you've gone?
Mine used to be going out to eat, you know. No, you lot used to make jokes that fam. I used to, but my one is that I'll just go to a restaurant. Do you get me? And I'm think about me, I'll try something new. I'm like, let me get this, or let me get 3 dishes. And just try it. So I used to go and eat by myself. Do you know what I mean? That's a practical one. Because it's like, it's not mad. It's not mad. Like, even if you're spending a bit, couple of bills, 2 bills, like, you're still like not going mad. Bro, you get me? I used to go literally, and sometimes I'll go uptown. So it's not even that I'm getting fish. Yeah.
Yeah. Sexy fish is proper stuff.
Yeah, bro.
I'm trying to think.
The
of
thing about
nicest
sexy
term.
fish, though, man, hella sushi and that, man. Sashimi.
Yeah.
Man.
No,
Is that
it's-
what we did?
man
Don't
don't
feel
feel
all of
that
that
time.
still.
Is that a sexy fish?
No, that was
It's the location though as well. The inside make me
I
feel
heard it.
good.
I heard
When
it.
you go to that bar, when you go to that bar side on a Friday night,
I heard
I
it.
see a couple important people there.
I heard
see
it.
a couple people. Listen, bro.
I heard it. There's a
Yeah,
feel
Man's
like that,
wash
though.
man's hand. Yeah, a few like I
Yeah.
love that. Like man's
Yeah.
out to eat and wash my hands. I see a man in the toilet. I'm like, yeah, I need like just a little nod, but I'm like, just a friendly nod, and a man's gone upstairs and I've heard man talking about something.
Yeah.
Later, like my ears always perked. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be lying to say, oh, man's closed the door in sexy fish.
Yeah.
But man, now I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, babe, I need to come here next week.
Yeah. But by the way, yeah. By the way, yeah.
It's all right.
That's happened to man one time. You know?
I believe
It's
it.
happened that man's. I've gone out, but this one was more of a. It was like a hotel restaurant. I've gone. Like, there's one youth there, one older. He's like an older guy.
Yeah.
We go to the bar. I've got a drink. He's got a drink. Just start chatting.
Chopping it up.
Fam, we're talking for like 25 minutes now.
Yeah.
And he's given man like taking details.
Yeah.
Like followed up the next week. And to
Yeah.
be fair, look, I didn't get a job out of it.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get no investment opportunity.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
nothing like that. But it could have
Connection.
easily.
He's
Yeah.
in your
that-
phone book.
Bro,
He's in your phone.
easily
I'll tell you
gone
what,
there.
that has actually happened to me abroad. Again, like all to eat nice restaurant. It was in Mexico. My wife's ended up speaking to his wife. We've just chopped out for an
That's to us
hour.
as well.
We've had one long conversation in an hour, exchanged contacts. He's got some construction business in Brighton. Man sent young boys there through man's mentoring organisation.
Yeah.
Like that's been able to get on his work ladder.
Yeah.
But that's just I'm inclined to do things that maybe the poverty mindset would have once said, oh, don't go there.
Yeah,
But now
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
like there's
Run
value in these environments. And
You run it, bro.
Who knows what can come out of it? So
You-
no, that's
Yeah.
I normally meet them on a plane store.
Come on.
I
Yeah.
normally meet them on a plane store. I remember I met one that she was talking to man about one injury that man had and all that kind of stuff. And then her man was working in one bank in Middle East and all that kind of stuff. But to be fair, like it's good just having these conversations with people and just seeing their walk of life. And that.
Yeah,
To be fair,
fam.
Yeah.
do you know what it is? It's just like it gives you that kind of when we talk about realms of possibility, innit? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes having conversations with people that are in a completely different
Yeah.
walk of life.
You said
to
that a lot. You said
just
that before.
opens-
That's interesting. I like how you realms of possibility.
Yeah, bro. Trust me, bro. Because it's just like
So you're gonna make a song?
expanding our horizons.
We say you're going to put podcast.
One more time, there's an EP.
So you're going to put our voice in the beginning. There you have that talking
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Right, still, I got you, lot. Don't worry.
But yeah, man, trust me, man, because I think that was the biggest thing for all of us. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like as soon as we've grown and we've matured, we've seen things. We're telling younger people coming up what we've seen.
Yeah.
It expands their horizons.
Yeah.
They come up,
yeah.
they've seen more now. They're telling the youngers, and it's like each one teach one. You know
Yeah.
that kind of vibe. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like,
It's important. So
yeah,
it's
man,
important.
very, very.
Just off that as well, yeah. I remember when me and my missus went to this resort that we normally go to. So I've gone to get drinks. But we were sitting down in the pool, but it's a big like sitting area. So I've gone to get drinks. I've come back now and there's 3 older white couples there and they're just chilling in it. And then they're like, oh, do you mind if we sit here? Sorry. We're like, yeah, like, of course, innit? Like, bro, for an hour, we're just all chopping it up. And it's mad because you will feel like, not you will feel, but it's easy to feel like there's not a lot in common. There's not, bro, we are chopping it up. They're funny.
Yeah.
We're laughing at their jokes. They're laughing at ours.
Yeah.
And then we get some conversation about what they do. And the woman sitting to the left of us, she does exactly what I'm trying to get into.
Come on.
Exactly that. Do you get me? So,
Sorry, do you know what's so mad about all of this?
Mm.
If this was in the UK,
Bro.
already a black boy.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know what's so mad about
Yeah.
that?
I was about to say
What,
the
they
M's
will
are
not
so
even
boring,
feel
bro.
comfortable.
Bro.
Swear, they will not feel comfortable to be having this kind of conversation.
fam, it's mad.
Yeah.
But
It's you
chopping
get
it.
someone comfortable enough in as a principle of just business,
Mm.
like you can get.
Yeah.
You
But
can get
also, the
everything,
one
yeah.
thing as well is that, like, I told the young boys now as well, is that, bro, confidence. Do you get me? Like, be confident in who you are. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, obviously, look, there's appropriate times to say appropriate things,
Yeah.
and there's appropriate times to also do appropriate. Like, do you get me? It's not everywhere that you come and you're. Do you get me? You're authentically yourself, but your best self for that environment. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But
For sure.
confidence when you walk into settings, it does a lot. Like, there's nothing for you to be scared about, bro. Do you get me? In terms of perception, in terms of how, like, your like, it's funny because one of the guys that was talking about he has a gym, and he was talking about he has a gym, and he used to be a boxer, but he has a gym now. He has about 3 gyms up in Manny. And he was like how he does the youth thing, like he gets the young people in, boom. So me and him are talking about, we're talking about ends now. Do you know what I mean? We're relating on that level. The other guy's a chef. Do you get me? So his thing is totally different. He said, yeah, he goes to different restaurants and cook. Me and him are now chopping up about food. I'm telling him about the food I like, about different dishes. That's that. The woman to my left, she's a board member of an organization that I want to get into. So we're talking, she's telling me, like, okay, how you get into it, how she got into it, like the kind of conversation you got to be having, what kind of qualification you got to pick up on the side. Bro, it's just bare fruitful conversation, but confidence, and boldness stepping in, bro,
that's good.
It's immense.
That's good.
Sure.
No, 100%, man. No, man. And it's conversations like this always just remind me, like, why just exposing yourself to those sort of environments is priceless. You know what I mean? Like, as you said, bro, like, you know, when you're in the UK, people's barriers are up. For all sort of reasons. You know what I mean? But when you're on the plane with those same people you might see on the train, all of a sudden, it's like, raw. Perspectives just open everything up. Like, now, like, it's global. One of my things as well, quickly as well, I love running in it on holiday. Like, I love, like, first thing, I am never gonna compromise that luggage space. I put my runners in my, I don't care, we're about to cut through that 23 kg, the runners are going in the bag. Because for me, it's the easiest way to, like, quickly tour the immediate location. Like, even if man's in a hotel, I love running around the immediate location, just so man knows that where man is. Like, I don't want to get straight from the airport, now man's just in there. Like, and especially if man's on the beach, kind of just running across that beach is sick. But then thirdly, in those kind of shared training spaces, you connect with people. People that man don't know, they're speaking the next language, but we're both doing pull-ups. We're just connecting on just training. Man are spotting me, and it's just like, it's a sick way to just, I feel like, I'm a people man, innit? Just so I like knowing people, like connecting, like what's going on here, like where's the best restaurants, and before you know it, like man's locked in still.
It's so funny, I was in LA with a man and some of the men tried to do that, innit?
Oh, the run. I remember the video.
I'll go morning, you know, even if the man are not on it.
The man running, so I had to pull up and start throwing up and that, bro.
Oh, jokes.
Do you get?
No,
but you know what it's like?
No, big up, bro. For
you pushed yourself still. I'm getting as well.
It's fair, you know. A man did a late night and a man's going for a run.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I hear it though. I've never heard that perspective, but it makes sense still.
100. And wifey might not want to get up in the morning. I will link her at breakfast, but I feel fun. Man's good. You get me? That's my compromise for the all-inclusive thing as well. Man's gonna be
doing that.
I need to train.
Fair enough.
I need to train.
That's good stuff.
You're listening to Bible Babes and Banter.
Amen. So, like, what we like to do on the pod is, like, be loud about what God is doing in our lives, innit? You know, testimony encourages faith. We want to do that every week still. So every week we go around, just talk about what God is currently doing in our lives, man. So it's just that.
To be fair, I thought I kind of said mine already, man.
Oh, fair enough.
I think I said mine already. My one, listen, I thank God for travelling mercy still. Do you get me? Them things, it's overlooked. You're up and down. You get to your location safely. Listen, we don't praise God enough, man. It's a underrated blessing. So I'm mad thankful for Journey Mercy still.
Calm. I got invited to go on a platform still, so I started doing content recently, innit? And basically a girl, she went to Ghana and she just was thinking about, like, the differences between obviously us and them and, like, identity and all of that sort of stuff, innit? So she called me on her platform basically to do, like, a video, and, like, it's not out yet.
Okay.
But I'll be out soon still, so that was good. So shout out to Crystal on that one still. She's a listener as well still, so I look forward to that. It was good. It was good still. So thank God, man. Thank God.
To more opportunities.
Amen.
Yeah, for man. Do you know what it is? I just reflected recently. This conversations just made me reflect about basically, like, one of my bridges in it, and a lot of the stuff that they were going through in it. And I just thank God in terms of where things are at now. Because I remember we was having early conversations, and obviously I'm not getting into no details on that and like that, but we was having early conversations and it was hard, man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man, I was going through a lot. And, like, worked through it. And trust me, bro, like, you know when you're chatting to someone, you try to help the way you can. And then, not even, like, I didn't even feel a way that I couldn't really help the way that I could, like, incorporate and all that kind of stuff. But but the way things have panned out for him, that makes so much more sense for him. Do you get? And I'm just thankful and grateful to God for that, to be honest with you. Trust me. Like, and again, you lot already know how I feel about this. When it comes to like the man, them, all that kind of stuff, things are changing around. Bro, like, even like the whole like coming to church kind of vibe thing. Bro, that's a massive, like, it makes man feel great still, I can't lie. So yeah, so I'm just giving God thanks for that, to be honest with you. It's not something I've done before, so.
No word. Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, I can't lie, I'm rustling through. I'm trying to figure this one out. I think the one that's sticking is just the fact that my daughter just turned 1.
Congrats.
I think that's a blessing. I still remember when man found out my girl was pregnant. And I can't lie. You don't, there's nothing tangible to reference what that means. Just from your young boy nonsense days and not really understanding. So, yeah, but like just knowing that my family are good by the grace of God, healthy, and that I'm able to still spearhead a lot of my passions to the point that sometimes man wakes up or comes in and it's not, this might sound mad, it's not that I've forgotten my family, but it's like, it's still hard to comprehend that, bro, man's a dad. Like, well, what does that mean? Like, who's this person? Like, and it's just a continuous like revelation to just realize that, okay, you are actually someone's everything. She don't know no one like that. She don't know no one properly outside of me and her mum. So like, yeah, seeing her getting older and being able to have the capacity when once upon a time there was so much fear in the reality of about to become someone that I didn't know who I could be is an immense level of gratitude still. So yeah, man, 1 year down, man.
Amen. Can clap that one up.
Yeah, trust me, bro. Serious.
For everyone's testimony, man. Real rap.
Did your missus do like a surprise thing in terms of like how did she tell you basically? Or was it just a combo?
Me and Sampa, bro, we were actually in Paris. Trying to live like stars.
Ninjas in Paris.
I've gone for a 3-day writing camp with my boys. We're literally in day 1.5. It's like 4 a.m, bro. And man's got a phone call. And I know she didn't have her period while man was in end. So I've come home. I've come back to the yard we're at. I've got a call and yeah, she's just hit man at 4 a.m. But it was a panic call still. Why are you calling me at 4 a.m? It's 3 a.m. in UK. Like, what's going on? Ooh. Yeah, like real life. Just a different man. You feel young still. You feel young. I feel, thinking back now, I just feel mad young, bro. Like just hearing that, deep in that, you know? And then you go on to do some mad things. Like, bro, I don't even know. We had like certain challenges, even at the hospital day when she was giving birth, when the doctors are telling you some mad things, like, oh, we got to do this and that. 13 doctors in the room with you and your wife, and bro, nothing else will make you more like a man, bro. Where you got to safeguard your family. Like, wait, hold on, you're figuring things out, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, there's another level of responsibility still. It's weird, bruv. It's weird, bruv.
It's mad still.
Yeah, man.
It's sick though.
Yeah, it's sick,
bro.
but it's like grace, bro.
Like
when I'm thinking raw, like, man, this ain't a project management situation where man could just, you get me? But you have to step up. Step out. And I think, man, it's been a joy to step up, man. But yeah, man, life.
No, don't worry, man. We're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. But
yeah, obviously before that, gotta run the little game that we normally do, innit?
Talk to me.
Each time for every guest. So basically,
this all went in the brief store.
Basically,
my toes.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna pick.
Why is he laughing like that?
No. We're gonna pick an item, in the room.
Okay.
Any item.
Okay.
You have a minute to make a sermon out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be good. No. He's gonna be sick at this.
You have no thinking time.
Let's go then. There's idols all around us.
Okay, he's gonna be
okay. There's idols all around us. Yeah. And we don't
Who's
need
even
to look
start-
at the
we're-
gold.
Bro,
We don't
we
need to
got
pick the
start
item
the
for you
timer and
still.
that. But I hear it. Man went crazy with it. We started, bro. We started, bro.
Yeah,
No.
can the church say amen? I
Amen,
need to
man.
okay,
Bro.
But we
Have to
pick it
pick
though.
the item.
Oh,
Yeah.
You started.
You don't know what?
Nah,
You
you
ain't
ain't
we pick it though. We
I
pick
wasn't
it.
even led. I didn't do my life in punch to that.
We saying normally I start the intro. You don't need the intro to it. Yeah, you can get into it.
Forget
Where's the
everything.
worst
Let's
one?
You
go.
said you were
Man said
even
there's
prepping me. You
idols
said you
everywhere.
gotta be quick. But
Yeah,
sorry, so
yeah.
you guys pick an item,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we pick an
and then I
item.
got a minute to break down a sermon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that's light, isn't it? That's light. Look
Yeah,
at
that
it.
way.
I mean, I'm just.
I say normally I start just to give man an idea, but listen, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
The
I
bit
don't
on
know.
the item,
I'm
innit?
trying to. Yeah,
Now
do you know
Still
that?
do the test run. Still do the test
Alright,
run
cool.
in it in terms of like.
Okay, cool. So I'll do a test one. So you got pick an item, and then
You saying you don't want to hear
I'll
that
go
the idol sermon? Wait for that. Come church on Sunday. I got you.
Vaseline?
Vaseline, yeah. All right, cool.
Sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So personally, in my life, I have dry spells. Yeah, at certain moments, like I need. I was gonna say
Yeah, I know exactly.
why.
I
Like,
know
stop
exactly what you was about to say.
Stop that immediately. But anyway,
that would
that was gonna be crazy.
You must say
But
you can innit?
anyway, no way, bro.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
I'm gonna say moisture, but still, is that fam?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Time.
Cool. Sounds good. Sorry.
It's
You
crazy.
let me again. Alright. Cool.
Nah, if you go
You started
with
again.
another thing. I'll go with another thing.
Different item.
Different item. Go on.
So wait, you're doing it first.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Do
Do you want me to hold the timer so you can see it?
Go on, yeah. You just click it.
Batteries.
Batteries, yeah.
Alright,
Cool.
Sure.
3, 2, 1. Cool. So I'm someone in life that I get tired often. Yeah. I get tired often. And no matter how tired I get, fam, I recharge. I sleep, I rest, I recharge, I get up, I go again. I sleep, I recharge, I get up, I go again. And it's non-stop. And it keeps happening. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So sometimes I get a bit upset with myself and I'm like, you know what? Like, why are you so tired? Like, why do you always feel like down, or why do you always feel like you lack energy? And I have to say to myself, do you know what it is? Forget lack of energy. No one's going to be fully charged forever. The most important thing is that your battery never dies. Yeah? As long as your battery is recharged, you're going. And the only way your battery can be recharged is if you're connected to the everlasting source. The everlasting source, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, is Jesus Christ. And that's the only reason why I'll keep going. Amen.
Amen. Solid words.
Good
Solid
stuff.
words.
Thank you. Thank you.
No more.
Thank you.
Bit of technicalities on the phone. and that.
Yeah.
Pastors are
Something
going to
to
learn
look, innit?
some game, bro. Man said 1 minute sermons.
Yeah, bro.
The Pentecostal church will fill.
Hey.
1 minute.
Calm.
Go next. I'll go next.
You go next, yeah?
My heart's beating, fam. Back. Okay.
Cool.
Life is a journey. Life is like a long journey. Do you get what I mean? And it's a journey that we can't prepare for per se because we don't know what's gonna come tomorrow, innit? But we serve a God who is everlasting. Serve a God who's ever present, who lives outside of time, and who knows what happens in the future and the past and what is to happen. And we can't do this journey alone. We need God on our journey. So in this life, as we take a backpack with us, we have to put our faith in God so that he can tell us what we need in our backpack. Because if we're doing it in our own knowledge and our own wisdom, we're going to do things based off of knowledge that we don't have per se. God says that we should ask for wisdom and he will give it to us. And if we ask for wisdom, we give it to us in abundance. So when we're packing our backpacks in this life journey, we need to ask for wisdom from the Lord Jesus Christ.
Come on now.
In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Take your backpack
Amen.
deeper.
Cool. Who wants to go next? And you know next.
Yeah, I'll go
We'll
next.
end it.
No,
Save the best for last.
Save the best till last.
I'm running out. I'm waiting out. I'm running out. Items. No, I got one for him.
Yeah.
Trying to give myself an abstract, fam. It's crazy.
Bottle of water.
Bottle of water, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, cool. In this life, I feel like there's times where we're going through our everyday kind of situations where waking up, going to work, and all that kind of stuff. And do you know what it is? A lot of the time we feel like we're living in our purpose. We feel like we're living a good life. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I mean, you've got a good job, you've got a wife, kids. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You've got a house, car, all of these things. Like to the outside looking in, anyone looking, looks like you're living a fulfilled life. Do you get? But then there's times where you know in yourself that, Raj, you know what? There's something missing. Yeah? You have a thirst for something more. Yeah? Now, you see, with the word, yeah, this is something that will quench any thirst that you have. You get? And I feel like there's times where we need to tap into the word and we need to tap into Christ because there's areas of our life that we cannot feel or touch with any water that we've got access to.
Give me more, son. Give me more.
Child, there was a bit there. I was like,
No, so bad, yeah. I clocked the time when you clocked that. Crap, I
I ain't got enough time.
yeah. The thing is with man, yeah, because I build in it, so I can always go over the minute. Yeah.
You man actually preach?
Nah.
No cheaters in this bro. What I'm preaching today still.
Cool, yeah.
Cool.
You don't allow me though. I didn't even look at what's behind
Man's folding
me.
his legs. He said, allow me. No way.
What about a cookbook?
Cookbook.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
What's this?
Yeah.
Auntie Mama's
Cookbook. All right. 3, 2, 1.
My brothers, you look good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's a special
still.
day in the house of God. Yeah.
Man.
Guys, we've all had our colourful days. Yeah. But if we're really gonna talk about food, we need to talk about the bread. We need to talk about the manna. We need to talk about that food that gives us everlasting life. Amen. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
My brothers, I know that we're busting jokes. It's a competition. It's a game, but I really feel humbled. You know, to talk about something really important. You know, they say that a woman has a great purpose in the home. You know, give her a house, she'll make the home. Give her groceries, she'll make her food. But I really want to just unpack some of the creative things that a woman can do in that household that makes us really need to appreciate our wives. Because she's doing something that's transformational. So if we could all go home today and bless our wives.
Bro, I was looking at the time, I was like,
I'm like H, bro. I was building.
Yeah.
I was building still.
You gotta build. You gotta set the scene in that, bro.
Serve your wives was the message of the sermon.
That was so funny. The way pastors go up on stage and my beautiful wife is here. Can you
Yeah.
Look at her. Sometimes they'll go a bit further. Like, I can't wait to get home. They'll be overdoing it.
Gotta get that box ticked. That's a good game though.
Yeah.
That'll get you sharp, bro. Start pulling out scriptures out of the bag still.
This is it.
Serious still. It's serious. Most people do alright though, man.
Yeah, they do
You
still.
get me? Once you put yourself on the spot, most people, man. They come up, they start getting creative. You know what I'm trying to say?
Love from having me, man.
But come on, bro. Obviously, listen, you lot been listening, man. You know, you've heard we got a special guest. And again, I know we say this all the time, but long time coming.
Yeah.
I word.
Very long time coming.
Very
Fam,
long time, bro.
I don't know why Sam's saying fam. You get me?
Yeah, shout out
Bro,
Sam's
Sam's been making them
shout
hits,
out
bro.
Yeah, Sam's making them hits. You get me?
That's how I've
even-
actually discovered you lot all them years back. Like,
Yeah.
even in our early relationship as producer artists that we are,
Yeah.
he was cooking one time in the studio and it was like he was making like a jingle.
For-
Yeah, that's
bro.
right.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
I
right.
was like, right, he was putting in time. I was like, wow, what's this?
yeah.
He told me,
Yeah,
That's
Triple
pro,
B.
man.
Come on.
Yeah.
But look, we got obviously we got our rapper of the year.
Come on.
Do you get me? We got the
Compliment.
sanctified shadiest in the room. Do you get me? We got
Come on.
the Croydon baby. You get me? Give it up for Still Shady, man. Come on, brother, man. Hey, welcome, man. What you telling us?
Bro, it's been a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
Energy's right. Good brothers. Real conversation.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Christ-centered. Yeah,
Come on,
man.
man.
Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Yeah,
As
bro.
you said,
It's
it's
lit,
been a long time.
Yeah.
Trust me. But I love what you lot are doing.
I appreciate it.
I'm blown away by the timeline that you lot have as well.
Yeah.
You get me? I
that's
think
love
that's
still.
unspoken about. Needs to be celebrated. A
Love.
lot of people are jumping on trends, trying to generate conversations that seem so not they're not authentic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So creating a space where people can be real is great. You know what I mean. So man, love for having me. Still,
that's love, man. Love for coming on, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You get me?
Come on.
Yeah,
Been a long time coming.
What's mad is that I don't want to jump straight into it. Do you get what I'm trying
Let's
to say?
get in, bro. Let's get in, man.
But
I hear it
obviously, I hear it still. But it's mad. So obviously on the podcast, for us, so obviously we're Christians, innit?
Yeah.
But we're the man them as well.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So naturally, there's that line. Do you get me? That we sit on. Do you get me? Not to say that it's like, oh, you're that side or that side, but our conversations sit on a particular line.
Of course.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
And when I listen to your music, bro, I hear the exact same thing in that.
Bro. Yeah.
Again, I'm just saying this now. We're gonna move all the way back, but let me get this out in that. Lots of music, bro, that
Don't see yourself in it.
I don't see myself in it.
Come
man.
on, bro.
Do you get me? And when I say I don't see
That's
myself,
one of the greatest compliments,
Bro.
that I believe you're unpacking,
Bro.
you're sharing.
I don't see
That,
myself.
yeah, because it is a treacherous line.
Bro,
It is, you
I
know
don't
what
see
I mean?
myself in it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
In that, like, even the name still shady. We'll get into how you got that name, but
Of course.
you know, there's
That's the bit that
Bro.
gets me, bro.
Bro. no, but do you know what it
Shady
is?
thing.
Because sometimes, like as man them, we are still in, bro. We're
bro.
still here.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, fair enough with the light, but with the light and where we are.
Yeah.
But for me, bro, through your music, bro, it's evident, bro.
Yeah.
It's quality.
Yeah.
I can see myself in it, and it's good music, bro.
That's the love. I
Do you get
appreciate
me?
that.
Like,
deeply,
So,
bro.
bro,
Let's
big shout out for that.
Yeah.
But obviously, let's go back.
Let's definitely take it back still, like, in terms of, like, just, like, upbringing and stuff like that. One thing that we like to do is just try and understand a bit more of, like, where you're coming from, innit?
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah. No, why those flowers are so meaningful for me, especially in the place I am right now, in understanding self, is also reflecting and knowing what my traumas were.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, definitely I can conclude my traumas were I wasn't understood. So rather than some of the aggressive adjectives that I would associate to my traumas now, I just say I wasn't understood, which has caused me to be a hard worker and desperately always trying to showcase myself in ways to make people understand me. So although I have a balance and an understanding that no one will understand me, only the Father in heaven, it still is a blessing when a brother can see something that you actively try to do, which is to manage this this balance. You get me? So I appreciate that because navigating that journey of articulating my experiences while still being authentic to the man I see in the mirror every day, with the voices and the expectations that both worlds are telling you to perform into. It's long.
Crazy.
It's difficult.
Yeah, man. I came from a multifaceted upbringing, South London, Croydon, Nigerian parents. My dad was an orphan at 15. He was an angry man. He was raised with his military uncle. So I was raised under that banner. I was a middle child. There was a lot of confusion in the home, always trying to stand out, but also stand in the expectations that environment tells you. So if you pull that all together without breaking down the juxtapositions, like, it was a very colourful lifestyle, being from South London, Croydon. I'm a testimony story of someone that made it out. So a big part of my brand is to shine in the survival that I came out unscathed. You know what I mean? Literally, I'm unscathed. Like, that reality that many of our peers navigated and still navigate today ends in life, death, freedom, or your sanity. You know? So I'm grateful that I can come out and tell the story, and I use my storytelling as the ability to communicate to those places. So yeah, man, I've always loved communicating. I can articulate in a way that hopefully enables someone to understand where I'm coming from. Because where I was grown up in, I had to fight to be seen, to be heard. And yeah, man, that really made me a passionate person still. Definitely made me a passionate person.
That point you made about, before you brought that down well, in terms of, like, people don't make it out. Either freedom, do you get me? Life. Sanity.
Yeah, sanity is the important
Bro,
third.
sanity.
That sanity one speaks.
We speak about all the time.
Yeah.
There's man that we grew up with, and they're like shadows of themselves now. Do you get me? Naturally, because like the situation in life, it took their sanity. Do you know what I mean? So you take it for granted that everyone sort of goes in the system, but not everyone comes out. Do you get me, with everything they came in with? So
that one is very much close to home because there's levels to that sanity. You know what I mean? To be when I say unscathed, I say that from a very rejoiceful perspective. I am a healed man by the blood of Jesus.
Amen.
I can communicate my past and understand it and feel it, but not go back there. Which obviously took time. Took rounds, therapy, conversations, but there was so much. Like I was like, we're going straight into it, but I'll talk about it. There's 3 elements to change. A young person can't change unless they desire to change themselves. A young person can't change unless they have someone to change to. And a young person can't change unless they have someone to direct them to that change and walk with them. Okay? That's the mentorship, the discipleship. So I decided to change. Great. Everyone can make that preliminary decision. But then I got told, yo, Shady, do this. Great. But then it's rare that you have someone that will actually take your hand and walk you through that change. And seasons upon seasons, you got to do that again and again. You know what I mean? And each season, by the grace of God, bro, I have been full with communities and intentional people that have gone above and beyond to allow me to become the man I am today. So I am just fully grateful for that because that's allowed me to get to a place where I'm healthy. You know what I mean? And that's something I just don't take for granted. You know what I mean? Word. So that sanity level is like, like
serious.
Yeah, like, and so when it burdens me when I got peers in my community, the area I still live in today, that are walking around with the burdens that I still carried 15, 16 years ago. And they're literally just regurgitating it every single day, bro. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, it's they're drowning in it. And it makes us that we are in a place in our lives where we're so far removed from some of those environments that just really cultivate that gratitude. You know what I mean?
I feel you, bro. I feel you. What was you like when you was younger?
I was energetic. I was the life of the room. I was a performer. I was a class clown. Entertainer.
What was like? When was the like was there early music influence in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I was the kid that was allowed to go into the Cubase room, so the studio room, when he was in year 9, even though it was only for year 11s.
Okay.
Because they knew, let's get him engaged. So they let me go at lunch, even though I was the only kid my age that was allowed to go.
Okay.
So year 9 was really where I was like, oh, what music I can create, not just rap. I was rapping from year 7 in the playground. But year 9 was like, oh, man can actually create something. Started taking YouTube beats, 50 Cent type. Just tried to do a thing, you know what I mean?
What kind of music? Were you more like, were you UK plugged in or was it more
No,
States?
American. So as I said, 50 Cent type beat.
Okay.
If it Get Rich, Die Trying. But I was listening to that album before I even understood it, bro.
Like that.
You get me? Like, just hearing things and not even really get it. 100%. I got plugged into like my UK peers much later on, like the Skeptors, Storms, Gets. I was much later on, and that's why I pretty much fell out of grime very early. I remember a lot of my peers, they were still trying to grime, but I was rapping. And it's even saying that out loud is therapeutic because I really know that's where I'm supposed to be now. You get me? But back then I was like, grime was still popping. I was like, I didn't really buy it. I still love grime, but it's rap was a deeper connection. Nas, favorite story, Godson, favorite album, Illmatic. We were banging that back in the day on my PS2. You know, when you had a couple things moved on to the PS2, you could bang it out loud. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you start banging stuff like Nas and that, I know sort of person still. I know you're plugged,
especially from young.
From young. It's like, and my older brother, I got 2 big brothers, and like one of them was very music influenced. And I remember one time he went off to like college or was it uni? I don't know, but he gave me his iPod. And like, you know, like LimeWire and them things. I don't know how he got the music on, but he had stuff like J. Cole on there, like he had like Nas on there. So like it was different in like he had Young Mad B, who's just one local like these different guys. So that I wouldn't even say I was mad knowledgeable, but I had a very unique Taste Drake So Far Gone was on there. So I was just banging like different things on our iPod still. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the name of the room you said you went into?
It's called a Cubase room.
Okay,
I
what
think
was
Cubase was a software. It's a software, that they used. So yeah, that's where I was at lunch.
Okay, cool.
For a period of time. Yeah.
So did they teach you like kind of like?
No, I don't really recall them teaching me, my bro. I just remember just being like in the room, like having access. And then there was one student that, you get me, kind of knew the software before we even called them engineers. So he was that man's engineer. Like he came in with man, I was like, bro, run the beat. Like, you get me? I gotta find them still. But little things like that. But it still wasn't serious, bro. Man was rapping. Like everyone was rapping. You could either fight or you could rap. Something, you know what I mean?
Or both.
Or both. You get me? As many of us were. So like, yeah, man. But it was always in, man. To rap.
That's good still.
Yeah, man.
Was that in like because I didn't have no Cubase room in my. Was your secondary school like
nah, bro, it's just
crap. Well, we don't have no.
Our music was.
Bro, there wasn't no booth in there or nothing. It was probably just like, bro, kind of similar. Bro, it was like there was just laptops there. Man got to use it still, and in year 9 also was interested in my school turned into a Harris.
Okay.
So a man went to a school called Haley Manor, same school Conan went to. A lot of South London boys went there. But then, it was a struggling school. So like, in year 9, Lord Harris came, took it,
and switched
it up. Very different scenario. But yeah, man, year 9. So they pumped a bit of money into the school, I think, as well, which was a luxury that we didn't appreciate back then. But yeah, bro. Yeah,
I hear it still.
Yeah, man.
So like what? So obviously school, energetic, a bit of trouble in school, but then what was the journey like? Because obviously, fam, we see you now as a man of faith, but then when did that kick in? And that, in terms of your childhood, were you getting like, what was your introduction to Christianity? Like, were you going to church? Did your family go to church?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So so I'm a PK.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. As I talk about it a lot in different remits, but obviously I had challenging relationship with my dad. So that kind of made it difficult for me to connect to anything that he represented. So consequently, rebellion, freedom kicked in. So like I was very far from Christianity growing up. Very far. I had more eloquent and impressive role models that knew how to convince me of a different belief.
What eloquent way.
Just what I'm trying to
say. Not trying to park there for too long. Man. So I was far, man. Yeah, man. And my older brothers, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, was it like a certain event, Like, so for obviously, like, you've grown up in a Christian home and all that kind of stuff, Like, and to be fair, as is a lot of people's story, and one day we got to really unpack that, to be honest with you, innit? In terms of that rebellious phase and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of the time it's kind of like, and especially as parents, this should be interesting for us, innit? In terms of like how much you pour into your kids or try and control their environment and all that kind of stuff, Obviously, or try and, to be fair, the truth is it's more about bringing them up in the way of the Lord, innit? And what that looks like, right? And then how that impacts their journey at a young age. So how we introduce things to our children and all that kind of stuff, But like for some people, it's a thing where it's like, I keep on saying this analogy because I know you said it already, innit? Like one of your songs, where it's like Paul on the way to Damascus. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like some people have that kind of like, boom, like this moment happened. Bro, I knew I had to leave everything behind.
Yeah, that was mine as well. Yeah, I had that. So my Damascus moment was 4th of December, 2016.
Okay.
Right, that's on my journal for many reasons because it was a very dramatic event. Which I talk about a lot, especially through some of the community stuff that I'm doing now. I always talk about, I don't call it the Damascus moment, but I call it a dramatic moment. Like if you want to change, if you want to have an explosive like to really change and to go into a lifestyle that you're destined to be in, it will require something explosive. Like something needs to dramatically change. Like. So when I tell certain young boys that are in it, I'm like, bro, I'm not here to tell you just put the spliff down. Like, that can help you get to the next step. Great, but eventually you're gonna need to make a jump. Like you're gonna have to you need a date. You get me? You need to chop off an arm, like figuratively speaking. You need to get rid of that side of your community. You know, it's just for you to really fast track to get to where you're trying to go. That's why I tell certain mums, I'm coming to your question, but I tell certain mums, you just need to get your young boy out of the ends. Like they told me this year, so I'm like, ooh, okay, this one's not just like engagement and getting back into school. You need to take your boy and run. Respectfully, you know what I mean?
Bro, when I spoke to our parents and they spoke about, obviously I'm the last. They were like, you're the last, you're the only boy. You're not growing up here. We're going. And I was like, you lot had that in mind? I found that weird that, you lot were actually thinking about that. You know what happens around here. And you're like, nah, we don't want you growing up around here. So we're moving. Do you know what I mean? And bro, I was so angry when we moved. I was fuming because I was like, all my brethren. I was probably at 11.
So you're ready. You had relationships.
Bro,
you had connections.
Create and I continued getting school around there as well.
Okay.
So imagine the little things that I couldn't do was chill after school. My brethren, they live down the road. I live about over an hour away. Do you get me? If I decide to chill for even 15 minutes, my journey can be like an hour 30. That's where it starts. So, but just on that decision to move out, bro,
it's being able to have the means to do it as well. That's a blessing. Being able to do that.
And it's not a light thing to say. I say that with so much weight on me because I know some bits, if they could, they would. Council needing to get involved, support the waiting list to get even secure homes is ridiculous. I've heard a man say, bro, if you want to get the council to give you an emergency home, you need to put a bullet in your window, like you yourself. Like tell the parent to say someone shot your window just to force them to get them out of that. So it's complex. And I think back to your to bro's question, like, bro, that the nuclear home is supposed to be your primary core of safety. Like, that's where you're supposed to be. And unfortunately, if you don't feel safe there physically or in the mind, the escapism starts. And for me, my home wasn't that. I was always trying to run as far as I could from that. You know, the problem is when the other side of where you're running is something even more dangerous. So that's how it kind of caused me to go into a rat race of like, sorry, not a rat race, but a rabbit trail of just picking up wrong thing after wrong thing until my whole character had changed. But in 2016, I was in a fortunate enough position where I was in a new environment. I was in West London at the time. I still managed to get into uni. Like, I was playing this facade and balancing everything that I was representing to a standard. And man, unfortunately, like, certain things happened. I lost one of my brethrens. I lost two of my brethren. One of them was murdered. One of them was incarcerated. And that put me on a place. That put me on a reflection trip. You know, when you look in the mirror and you just don't know what's going on. And then man, I think that's where I really heard God for the first time on the 4th of December still. So I call that my salvation journey, my salvation day.
Okay. What was that? What was that exchange like with God? What was the?
Man. He told me I had to get rid of some things.
Okay.
He said I had to get rid of some things, which I did. Which I did, man.
Smiling, he's
you know the backpack and that. I use that a lot still. So recently I stopped doing it because I've just been I've done a lot of traveling. I come back from America last month. I'm in Nigeria next month. I'm in Australia in a couple months. Like, I'm doing a lot of traveling, so I haven't been able to do it as much. But I really love going into schools. Ironically enough, I've gone to like 5 in the past 2 weeks, and I tell them my story. Right, I go in there with the mobile and show off to them, gas them up. You can do it too, motivation and all like that. But I also unpack some of my story, and there's the part of my story where I pull out a JD bag and I basically say, like, on the 4th of December, literally I had a spring clean in my yard. Like I literally bagged everything that represented my old lifestyle, the food, the weed, the condoms, the everything, like the tobacco, like the certain things I had, the phone, and I literally telling them I'm just putting it in the bag, just putting it in the bag, tying it up, and then that was my dramatic moment. Like the moment I get rid of that, everything will change, and I did. And like once that happened, you couldn't tell me about certain things because I had done something dramatic. So funny enough, when we did that game, I was like, I'm reminiscing of just that backpack analogy and telling that a young boy like, right, what do you got to put in the bag right now?
You have to get rid of.
Like, what do you need to just let go of? You know what I mean? So it is a powerful concept of the fact of making a decision that is in front of you, and how you deal with that decision now can dictate the next 10 years of your life. If I didn't bag up everything in the JD bag that day, yeah, man.
But then, do you know what it is as well? You see, when you've had that moment, you're still, like, inevitably, you're going to have exposure to similar scenarios, situations, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Even when you are bagging the stuff in the backpack, like, to be fair, not for everyone, innit? But for some, it might be a thing where you feel like, do you know what, like, but what if? Do you get what I'm trying to say? You know, sometimes you have like them momentary, or you have those moments of doubt. Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, for example, I say this because I've been in, or I've spoken to a lot of people, let's say, that have been in situations where it's like, do you know what it is? I want to get rid of this, but bro, if these men see me, do you get what I'm trying to say? It gets long. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that's one example. Yeah. But in more examples, it's like, for example, when you get rid of stuff that you found safety in before, like, how did you deal with that whole thing? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So was it a case where, from what you were hearing from God, that, listen, you got to get rid of certain things? How did, basically, the point I'm trying to get at is, how did you grow in your trust in God in that moment? And moving forward from it?
Yeah, I mean, we all know what fear feels like. Yeah, I feel like that doubt you're describing, where you gotta do a decision. If my man doesn't like the option, or my man's telling you to do something and you're shook, or you gotta speak up in front of a crowd, you're shook. Like everyone knows that feeling of fear, like the heart's beating, bro. Bro, on the 4th of December, my heart was beating. Like no one made my heart beat more than that experience. And that's why I say, that's why the word God says, you know, the fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. Bro. That was a fear. I heard God hit, man. Like, I heard God hit, man. You know what I mean? Like, and for me, that was a big impact. So, and yeah, man, that's why I feel like it's so important that when you hear God's voice, you gotta move. You know what I mean? Like, and in times of like misdirection or me not being sure what's next, I think I found myself really asking God, what is that word? Remind me of what you've been telling me, so I know how to move. So for me, I'm not gonna say it was easy. That's why I say it's explosive, it's dramatic. It's hard. Like, you gotta, it's case by case. Like, are you in a situation where if you do this, like, what's gonna be the repercussions? It's gonna be tough, but the message is clear that, bro, when God speaks, you just gotta move, bro.
And how did you get them 3 things that you were saying was a catalyst for change?
Yeah, it's just one of the principles that the charity that I'm a director of, we stand on. So we have a principle, you know, about the 3 elements of change. And it's simple because, you know, I do a lot of deliveries where people can ask, okay, I might do a consultancy for council officers or social workers. Like, my organization would equip other organizations that work with young people. So the charity I run called Mentor, it's a 15-year-old career mentoring organization. We work with vulnerable young people between the ages of 11 and 18. And so our first primary source of work is mentoring. So we work with the child, okay? And so because we've done that for so long, we have a level of experience where we regard ourselves as experts. So we will equip other professionals that are in the similar sort of work. And one of the things they'll always say when they hear hear me talk or hear one of our team like share their story, it's like, oh, how did you get out? And that's just to combine it in a statement. It's the 3 elements of change. Like you parents, you can't change your son. You can't change your daughter. They need to desire it themselves. But when they do desire it, you better be quick to signpost them to something they want to do. If they're interested in music or boxing or sports, like you got to make sure when they speak, you hear them and say, okay, I'm going to get you involved in something next week. Straight away. What? Today. And that's the signpost. But then when they're going there, you don't let them go there by themselves. You put them in your car, mentor, hello. You put them in the car and you take them there and you wait with them there and you get them on that positive mindset. And that's where mentoring comes in. So those are the 3 elements. Like, that's how I changed. Like, that's how an effect. We all need mentors. We all need someone to... you know what I mean? So it's just one of the principles we stand on still.
No, I hear it still. That's lit still.
Who was one of the people that did that for you in terms of like the taking you to places and stuff like that, like physically walking along with you with the journey and that?
Yeah.
So even like, I guess like, you know, like from school, you saying that they kind of put you towards that jukebox thing because I guess they see something in you.
I said jukebox.
Cubase.
KU.
No, CU.
I don't even know what that is.
CU.
Well, yeah, who were some of those people that kind of like walked you along and saw something in you?
I have a mentor myself. My mentor's been supporting me for the past, since the walk still, you know, since the walk, since like 7 years. So my mentor taught me how to speak, taught me how to shake hands, taught me how to close deals, taught me how to carry myself in a room, taught me how to credentialize. Essentially, when I stand up and introduce myself in a minute, I need to make sure you know who I am and what I stand for. Like, he's the one that gave me that language. So yeah, he was that, and he didn't just do that from a distance. You get me? Even though I do have mentors online, like if I see someone talking right on YouTube, I'm like, yo, I like who you stand for. Let me start. You're my mentor now. From far, I'll just study his lifestyle, what he does, how he talks, where he goes. But you also need proximity. So my mentor was really great. He invited me to places. I thought I was about to just sit down with him. Then he says, yeah, you're actually talking on this panel with him. You know what I mean? And he's introduced me to places. And yeah, man, I'm in a very interesting space. If I want to be quickly honest, man, then where like I've achieved some incredible things. Some successful things, and in my reflections, like my pride has got to the best of me sometimes in the moment of reflection where it's like, have I achieved this because of the person I am or because of the people I know? You know, and that's how pride sounds. Did you do this? Or is it because you just know someone? But the truth is, everyone knows someone. It's just, and who you know is a testament of who you are anyway.
Exactly.
So it's a double negative. It's a trick. Even yesterday, like I did a project with Chelsea Football Club. And bro, like being able to be in a room and just show this piece that's about to come out to the world was humbling. And I was sitting down reflecting. I was thinking, like, how did man get into rooms like this and do certain things? Was this my talent? Or was this who I just know? And bro, like, the way I really have trained my mind to silence that prideful voice to say, oh, you're not good enough or you need to be doing more, it's just reminding me that the power is in community. And someone that can draw community close to them is a very powerful person. And the main thing I want to stand for in life at the end is to say that I was a man that had a network, that I had people that I poured into and they poured into me. And I think that's the greatest testament to being skillful or an expert in your craft. And I just feel like I just wanted to say that out loud because man, I think I just really am grateful to be able to say I silenced that pride and I went forward and connected.
It is. I'll be real, I think in terms of like, there's a lot of man that I know that can do a lot of stuff. A lot of man are talented. But without the opportunity, without the light shined on them, do you get what I'm trying to say? Without that mentor sometimes, like, bro, there's bare undiscovered gems in the ends. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I can't lie, it's definitely favour. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I said, when I'm talking about the fact that you know God is open doors for you, bro, trust me, we know that God sends destiny helpers. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We know that sometimes these mentors come in terms of, I remember I always talk about it as well, like, even in my early career sort of thing, I wouldn't be as far as I am now if I didn't have a mentor. And the maddest thing is the mentor wasn't even a Christian.
Yeah, bro.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it can get like
Man
that.
showed man certain
Yeah.
things, even in terms of the handshakes and all that kind of stuff, how you handshake and all that kind of stuff. It's just funny that you said that because it took me back to that immediately. Do you get what I'm trying to
We
say?
actually do that as a program for our summer camp for our young people, like where we line them up for an hour and we get them to be shaking hands and introducing themselves.
What's funny,
makes
that
sense.
sounds funny to people, but I done so I used to go back to my college, I talk and that.
sure.
So often we'll send them out on work placements. Yeah. So imagine 2 of the employers responded that 2 things. So that 1, these people, like both of your students, they're always late. Yeah. They don't come on time. To us now, that's a basic. Like you be on time, but they weren't on time, number 1. Number 2, they were like, the youths are sagging. They were like, they're going into workspaces and they're sagging. And it was like, what? But I say that to say that the handshake thing may look to the outside ear sound extreme. That I teach them, but bro, these things, 1, are basics to others, but they're new to other people. Important in like other second nature to others, but something you need to implement for other people. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Bro, I take handshakes. Like, don't come with me to a networking meeting if you're not ready to just see me moving about them. Like my mentor says, there's you know the person that came here to eat 3 sandwiches and the person to close the deal. You know what I mean? Like, real story. Like, I just did my headline show November the 18th. And one of the people we sold it out O2 Academy.
Congrats,
thank you, bro.
Come on, got to cap that one up, man. Got to cap that one up.
Bro. Come on, man. Love. But one of the success stories was we had representatives from Festival Republic in the room, which started from a handshake. You know what I mean? Like, this is a person that is the lead booker that will have the keys to send man to Wireless, Glastonbury, all of that. And she's in the room to see man perform just because I got invited to another event a couple months back. In the panel, seeing her, and I've shook her hand. You know what I mean? Same way that man's about to do main stage, Big Church Day Fest, the biggest Christian festival in the country. Man's there again 3 years in a row. And now man's doing main stage this year in August, just because when I come off stage the first time 3 years ago, I shook the man's hand that sorted man out and got man the booking. And we built a relationship where our team got him invited to other events. You see him man perform and things are just growing. So I feel like, the principle there is priceless. You know what I mean? That destiny's in the hands of the individual. God will lead you to shape and get to know. So
what's mad, even the point that you're raising about pride, I remember recently actually I was like praying with my Bible and God was talking to me about just really relying on him and not everything around. Because for me, I went through a period where like I was trying to change everything. So, all right, my CV, it's a whistle stop now. Sending out emails to people, it tripled. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like basically everything doubled. And I felt God was like, everything can double. But like, me and you need to double. Me and you, bro, you need to double up there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I was reading 2 passages in the Bible. So one was about Deborah. And Deborah's the judge. And basically, she told the commander, all right, go and fight. And the commander looked at her and said, all right, I'll go and fight, but you have to come with me. Do you get me? And she was like, I'll come with you, but now the honor's not yours no more. This is mine. And for true, the next chapter, it's called the Song of Deborah or so. Like, so they're singing about Deborah instead of the commander. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Just because she pulled up.
Fam. And then another was when the Israelites asked for a king. They didn't have a king. They had prophets, they had judges that were leading them. And the reason why prophets are there is because they're hearing from God that God is their king at that point. Do you know what I mean? But what they done, they looked at everyone else. They were like, how's everyone else like doing that? How's every other nation prospering? They were like, I'm going to get a king like them. Do you get me? And really, in the Deborah story and in the Israelite story, like, stop looking around you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, these things are helpful. They can prosper you. Do you get me? Having the king was good, by the way, but God was their king. Do you get me? Like, the commander wanted someone to like get behind him to go into battle is great, but God is the one who he needed to get behind him in battle. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And for me, it was teaching me that as I'm like trying to, you know, do all these exploits and I'm trying to double up on, you know, this method or the way I chat to people or the rooms I'm in or the letters I'm sending out, ultimately, I need to double up with God. Do you know what I mean? And it was a real like eye-opener for me to look, turn your eyes back to where it needs to go. So when you said that, it just triggered that.
I think there's another lesson there as well in terms of like, because even very similar to what we've been reading in Bible study, like Moses and Aaron, innit? And like when God first appeared to Moses, he was on the vibe of like, this is what he wants him to do, innit? But Moses was doubtful and was like, oh, like, what if they don't believe me? Who should I say you are? And all that kind of stuff, And even when God gave him all that reassurance, showed him the signs that he was going to perform and all that kind of stuff, he was still like, he was still basically saying, just send someone else, bro. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? And even it made God angry, innit? Do you get? So like a key thing in all of this, and I'm going to come back to this key thing in all of this, is obedience, But then also, sometimes through our doubts, fears, which are irrational thoughts and all that kind of stuff, we almost circumvent what was supposed to be our story. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Sometimes we invite other people into the picture. The commander invited Deborah into the picture. These times, if he just trusted in God, it was his victory. It's the song of the commander. Do you get what I'm trying to say? In the other example that you gave, even they had a direct... they went from prophets and judges. They went from a prophet called Samuel, who they said that every word he said would never fall on the ground. Bro, they went from that to King Saul. He was getting mad at David because he was winning battles and they were singing songs about him. And he was getting tormented by a certain spirit and all that. But basically the point I'm trying to make there is that you went from someone that was directly tapped in with God, and every word he said would not fall on the ground, to you've invited, because of what you've looked on around you, you've invited someone else into your situation now who's actually almost caused delay. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Don't get twisted, in all of this, God cannot be surprised. Like, God's working his divine plan. David's still coming. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But like, also with the Moses and Aaron thing, it was like a thing where, remember the golden calf situation was Aaron. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or Aaron. I normally say Aaron. I've already started saying Aaron because people have been saying it.
He doesn't like being called Aaron. So he's like, his name's Aaron. But I also know someone who says Aaron. One guy that I know. So,
okay, cool.
And then I also know Aaron, who is just Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron.
So it depends on the...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fair. But yeah, so even though again, God's divine plan, Levites, he wanted Aaron to be sort of the first like Levite priest and all that kind of stuff in that new sort of setting, But even then still, in terms of that golden calf, and then now Moses gets angry, dashed down the tablets, strikes the rock twice and all that kind of stuff. All of these things are going on. He's building, and he's still the meekest man that's ever walked the face of the earth sort of thing. But through inviting, through our doubts and our irrational fears, so like the commander, like with the Israelites, like with Moses, we invite other people sometimes into our scenarios and our spaces when actually all we need to do is be obedient to God. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And all we need to do is trust in God. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And don't get twisted, I say all we need to do, like that thing's easy. And that's why I was trying to hone in on that in your story, because I feel like when I speak to a lot of people, bro, even myself, when I talk about like my journey and stuff like that, a key thing for man, is how did I learn to trust in God? And like even now, bro, I'm speaking to myself yesterday in the bathroom, bro, and I'm like, fam, like, I'm like, God, is it the fact that I don't do the whole sitting down and processing emotions, which is the reason why I can trust in you? Because when I speak to a lot of other people and they start talking about journaling and XYZ and boom, 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 I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that stuff. And then when a bad situation happens, I don't dwell on the fact that it's a bad situation and I feel like this about it. I'm almost straight to, all right, cool, how can I stop feeling like this? What do I need to do to resolve it? All right, cool, it's not a quick fix, it's a long-term thing, but what do I need to put in place now to get the best outcome? So I'm like to God, like, bro, so I don't want it to be that I'm trusting in you because I'm doing something else wrong. I'm not processing my emotions and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's a key thing for a lot of people. How do you give up the stuff that you desire the most? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or how do you give up the stuff that you feel like gives you safety and all that kind of stuff to go God's way?
Yeah.
When God's way, bro, listen, sometimes God's way is looking like no one's checking for you for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think when we say God is good as well, man, I think it comes from a life experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That even what the enemy meant for evil,
Mm.
God
Yeah.
turns around good.
Mm.
You get me?
Mm.
And bro, even as you're saying that, man's reminiscing of even where man is today. I didn't know what was on the other side of obedience.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't know it was gonna mean good for man. You know what I mean? The charity that man even has the favor to be the senior director of now. I took it on September the 13th, 2.5 years ago now.
Mm.
When I took on the role, it was in a financial crisis.
Mm.
Croydon Council just announced they were in bankruptcy. They were the main client at the time for my charity. So I've taken on this role thinking it will have some sort of security, some secure salary. Found out myself that I wouldn't even be able to pay myself a salary for 6 months. My daughter was expected in 6 months. So I've given 3 days of my week to this job that isn't even paying me because I got to make sure the 13 staff that were on in the charity still get paid. And all I kept hearing was God saying, take care of the young people and I'll take care of you. And that was a test because I'm waiting till the end of the year, December now, to see what's next.
Yeah.
And I remember even then having a conversation with God and being like, all right, cool. If it hits January, my baby's due in February, I know you say it's my responsibility to take on my family. I believe, Lord, that by January, I'm allowed to go and pivot. I'm allowed to get a job. I believe, Lord. I believe, Lord. I'm saying that real rap. And like, but God's just saying, wait till January. Like he's saying, wait till January. And man's found out in January, I received an email in January saying that we've received the funding contract for 60 grand for 2 years. February's come, man's received the contract for 90k for 3 years. And like,
divine emails.
Divine emails. Shout out,
Divine emails.
They're yours in Jesus' name. Man's just read like, and like literally, I'm laughing. Because I'm like, bro, this hurt though. Like, bro, and what I didn't even say is the October, while this has happened, the October previous, so I've taken it in September 2023. I got that email January 2024. I've taken on September 2023. No, I'm lying. I took on the role 2022. September 2022, I received that email January 2024. So for that whole first year, bro, I'm going through it. My wife's got pregnant May 2023. So 6 months into the role, man's got this news I'm having a baby, and then my baby's due 2024 in February. I've got that email a month before in 2024, bro. And that same year in 2023, I won the mobile. So I've won a mobile. And God keeps saying, it's weird, like every time man's had something successful in my music career, God's always like, okay, now, serve. Like, every time man's got something like, I got a new manager, a new marketing agent that all came on the team off the back of the mobile. Man's flying now. Man's getting.
I won't lie, you keep skipping over this mobile thing, but I have to cap that up. Capping over it.
No, thank you, bro.
Shout out Manny for the beats as well.
Shout out Sampa, shout out RP. Like, we made an incredible project, you know, How to Kid a Caterpillar. We did the tour. And like, bro, like, man's doing stuff, but then it's like, God's saying something like, after I got that mobile, God says, all right, now you're going to put this mobile in 1,500 kids' hands. Like, you're going to go to every school in the brother. I'll start with the school that you went to back in the day and start to go with it and use that as a key to get in the door to then actually do ministry. So I'm doing that. But then man's taking more time. And then by the time I'm 3-4 months in, I've lost that manager. I've lost that branding agent. Just naturally because they can see, I don't want to speak for them, but it's gone.
You're on something else.
I'm on other stuff. And that's just faith that's keeping me there. And like, my pride is coming back and be like, bro, like, what? You gonna... And we didn't get the nomination the following year. I got it in 2023. I didn't get a mobile nomination in 2024. I didn't even see that. I didn't care about that. But in there's pride that's naturally coming and saying, you were doing well 2023, 2024, what's going on? You got to do more now. Man's focusing on these youths. Man's focusing on Croydon. Man's breaking my back. I'm not even getting bread for it. I'm just pouring. My youth comes. Life has changed. God's just flowed. So 2024 has been my greatest financial year in Christ.
Lit, bro.
Yeah,
in 2024.
Yeah,
and that's only by grace. And you know, watch this. What happened? Man got the nomination in 2024. Man got nominated for another mobile. And it's weird. Like, it's like,
got to clap it up.
Sorry. And I'm not, the flare in man's eyes and the power in man's voice saying that is to really boast in the power of God off the back of your point, bro. Just like, it hurts. But like the glory that he wants to get is, or he deserves and we render to, is because we know that it wasn't possible by our strength. I really do hope it encourages listeners on You Lot's pod now to know that, man, it can get ugly before it gets beautiful still.
You know what it is as well? It's like when we read the word as well, like go through many different scriptures and all that kind of stuff where it talks about counting it joy when you go through certain trials and tribulations, knowing that the testing of your faith produces good character. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And there's other places where it says similar things as well.
Facts,
You know, like Paul talks about even like he sees open doors, but through those open doors he sees many adversaries. And the vibe is, what the Bible's telling you is that, listen, and it's similar to what we was reading and what I spoke about on Wednesday, innit? But it was like, almost like, sometimes we get a word in that and God's told us something and we're like, alright, cool. Like, we're locked in, sick. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like the whole parable of the sower. You know, where it's like some seeds fall on the shallow soil, basically, innit? And they take to it, so they grow, they sprout up quickly. But then because it's shallow soil, there's no root, so it dies, right? And that's like, basically what it's talking about is the believers that like they hear the word and that and they get gassed immediately. But then as soon as things get tough, there's no root. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like, I feel like sometimes we get into situations where God's giving us a word or God's giving us this, that, and the other, we're gassed or whatever it is. But then as soon as it starts getting tough, it's like, God, like, this ain't what we signed up for. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's almost like, bro, trust me, the fact that I think a lot of people are going to take that as your testimony as well, in terms of the fact that you went through a whole year and a bit where it's like, there was no steady bread coming in from the thing that was supposed to bring you steady bread.
Bro,
you get
that one.
Bro,
listen.
Do you know how many men are tapping out? Month one.
Bro.
Month one didn't work. Yeah, we gave you that.
I don't think,
we gave you that time.
You know, it's like, you got to be like, man, them to really understand, that lack of bread situation,
bro,
or the prospect of bread not coming in when it's meant to come. When you feel like that thing, bro,
with baby on the way,
it's shattering, bro.
I'm at a place like I'm comfortable to share the real because more than ever, there's been conversations where, you know, like people can, with this move of content media era where people are performing and can be doing amazing things, but then behind the scenes, real life.
Bro.
You get me? Real life's happening behind the scenes. And like, because in the midst of all this happening, as I said, the mobile, everything's going incredible, but like, I got a family, bro. And like, the life of an entrepreneur, being able to make investments and risks and taking change, like making rapid changes, that comes with a cost. It's a challenge, you know what I mean? And you can't, it's not for the faint-hearted. Like, you gotta have chest, you gotta have spirit, you know. Dave says, I can't teach no one how to hustle, so man just got it. Like, I love that bar, because it's like, bro, if you're gonna take a step, like, to do something God's calling you to do, you really gotta really have that faith.
100.
And so I share it because bro, 2023 was peak. 2024
lit.
He said that, not me. Man, still climbing, man, still hustling, but man.
I like, you know what it is? I think a good theme from today for me that I'm taking away, is just the whole, there's a drasticness. I feel that. For me personally, anyway, this might not be what anyone else, but there's a drasticness that one has to move with at times. So a drasticness in regards to following God, like a separation. Do you get me?
Bro.
Drastically. And drastic, I'm not talking about in the manner in which you do it. I don't know how you're going to do it, but in terms of your commitment to that thing, to God, it has to be like, yo, that is me and you. Do you get me? And I'm listening to your word. Do you get me? That your word, you know, what's that? Once I've spoken twice, once you've spoken twice I've heard. Like, your word is final. Do you get me?
Bro.
So drasticness there, following God, but also drasticness in like justness in the commitment to like, I don't want to say to perfecting yourself or perfecting your craft, but there needs to be a drasticness in what I'm doing. Yeah, it needs to make sense. There needs to be a drasticness in if I'm trying to go into a room. Like, what's my handshake like? Like, how drastic are you? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, how drastic are you thinking? So for me, this theme of like being drastic in the way that you move is a massive one. Do you get? Well, for me personally,
even God right now, what my 2025 is looking like is, so I had to repent at the early part of this year because of the fruit that came out of 2024. Now I'm like, yo, how we doing this again? How we moving again? And then I got caught up in Q1 trying to scale things.
Yeah.
And then God just said, wait, are you forgetting the formula here? Like, the formula was you trusted in me. And I had a song last year that God gave me. He literally, it was a word in church. He was like, the preacher was basically saying that, God's going to give you a song. Like, what's your song? Like, hold on to that song. My mind was Firm Foundation by Maverick City. And literally, bro, there was times I was in a whip. I've had contracts that I've literally just been reversed. Like, I'm supposed to be doing this, not happening anymore. Had this booking, not happening anymore. And the man's got some hope behind these things. Like, this is going to help this month clear. And man's literally in man's car, like, tearing up, singing Firm Foundation. Like, God, your man's firm foundation.
I hear it.
I'm like, bro, I hear that song now, I get teary because that song was man's different word, bro. And I've literally heard that song in church in Q1, and I've literally heard God say, "What, have you forgot your song? Have you forgot how we move?"
Do you know what's so funny? Just on that point, remember when he was talking the other day? We didn't even, it wasn't even a recording or anything like that. But he was talking about, you know what's mad? You know when you put mad faith into God and that, and like, for example, like, remember I was telling you, look, there was that time where I was like,
the
job. Man saying, bro, listen, I was about, listen, you lot don't understand. I was trying so hard, and you can't lie to God, innit? I was trying so hard, not to reveal to my own self what this opportunity meant for man. This was like new. Bro. So I was gassed when I've done the interview. Bro, everything's calm. They loved, man. All that kind of stuff, Bro, I'm praising God in advance for doing it. As in, man, banging. What song was I even banging? I forgot it now. I was banging a song, I'm smiling, like, looking like, I'm clapping my hands, like, I'm praying, like, I'm gassed,
Got
bro.
that, blessing.
Bro, the man didn't get it.
Wow.
Do you get? You know them ones there, where it's like you praise God in advance for it, fam. You're doing the whole faith thing, like, lit, like, boom, 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 all that kind of stuff, and man didn't get it, bro.
Yeah, and that's that, bro, the testing of character, you know what I mean? And like, man's going through a whole year like that, and then eventually breakthrough has happened, and now in 2025, it's like, you start running ahead, like, God gives you something, you start running ahead, and like, so at the point is, I had to repent, scale back, and now recently God has just been saying like, okay, look at the opportunities I have given you. How are you showing up for that? Because it's speak how the men of today, we just want more, bro. So what's happened is, man's planning things in Q3, Q4. Like, I always talk about Qs. I like, yo, this is happening, and then God said, no. First, you turn away from that mindset and look what I've given you. You made me. I looked at my calendar. I looked at the things that I was despising, the things that I didn't really look at. Oh, this small little bag. Oh, I got this contract where I have to. I've got an agreement where I'm gonna go to this number of schools. Right, I'm going there. It's not chicken change. Okay, but like God is saying, "Rah, no, what is there?" And I'm realizing, oh, there's so much purpose behind there. I'm speaking in the life of these young people. I'm seeing this stuff now. And I'm going to do these things and I'm finding so much joy. I'm not going to come here and then say, oh yeah, no, I met someone and now boom, this has happened. But like, God is reminding me just to be faithful to the opportunity to show up. To make sure, you get me? Because then that's how the next sort of contract or the next sort of opportunity comes. So yeah, man, I feel like it's never a straightforward line, bro. When you're pursuing this narrow road, you know what I mean? It's gonna have different ways you gotta pivot, and yeah, man. I know that's the place I need to be.
Man. Bro, what's mad? Like, I feel like we're halfway through. Like, I feel like man has and I know we say this bare, but
there is always more to.
there's
there is
way
always
more
Yeah,
to
of course.
discuss.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, come on, man.
But-
We can rap, man. We can rap, man.
Hey,
You
you get
don't
me?
need- you don't need me
have
back
to
for
circle
part
Bro,
two.
we
back.
need
Yeah,
you
yeah,
bro.
man.
I won't
Yeah.
lie. But
You
even
get-
you mentioned mobile. Obviously, we jumped in it. Mobile
Yeah,
Yeah.
albums. But again, bro, congrats on the
bro,
the
listen,
music,
for
bare
bro.
accolades that you need.
Bare
to get,
accolades.
man.
Thank
Do
you,
know what
my
I mean?
bro.
I can't lie, you've done well still. I
Thank
can't
you,
lie.
my
Do you know what
bro.
it is? Like, even though I know you opened with it, but you can also end with it as well. But it's like, in terms of like who we are, our identity is the fact that we are normal people. We are mandem. Do you get what I'm gonna say? But you're everyday people. If you see me out, you're not gonna think straight away, oh, he's a Christian. Like, unfortunately, I don't know why. That's down to the stereotypes. And I should be wearing a suit or something. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, like we're sold out for God, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? We believe in this way and this purpose. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We believe in Christ. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like, because of that, there are going to be times where, do you know what it is? We've got friends. I was speaking to like one of my young boys the other day, and I was like to him, bro, like sometimes there is that degree of separation. There is people that you can't go on holiday with all the time. Of
course,
and stuff. So there's people that you can't be around all the time. But it's like, but we're in and around it, but we're not of it. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
That's wrong.
And I feel like your music gives life to a lot of people that are in that situation, bro. In terms of like, do you know what it is? You know, like we was talking about it before, before you came in it, and it was like, it's one of those things where sometimes we hear Christian rap and all that kind of stuff and it sounds a bit corny or something like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or they try to sound like someone in the secular. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And sometimes it's just not good music. It might not be produced well. Shout out Sam, innit? But it's like, your thing is good music.
Very.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Come on, man. We're loading, man.
Bro,
Loading,
and it's-
man.
and it's- bro, and
20
you're taking us-
Q2, so
Yeah, come on,
crazy.
say no more.
Just on that as well, yeah, bro. So you know how I asked you about rap before, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, any of my brethren know the music that I take
you.
to bear,
Pain.
pain rap, bro.
I got you.
UK rap for man and listen,
Yeah,
one
real
and
rap.
so
Yeah, Pot of Paper had me in a choke,
Bro,
bro. You get me? Like, it's, you know what I mean?
Listen.
Like, and yeah, I don't intend to just, and I think how much more when we have, because the problem with certain rap, like real rap, is that it's just re-traumatizing, man.
Yeah,
Like, man's
yeah.
reminiscing
Glorifying,
or it's glorifying the pain.
Yeah.
It's trauma bonding with the music.
Yeah,
Man
yeah,
needs to
yeah.
get a Henny and a spliff out again. God
Yeah,
forbid.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
man
yeah.
needs to build you up. So they're bringing in the hope in, bringing in the
Yeah,
life
exactly.
in,
Do you get
is
that?
what I try
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
you know,
But
yeah.
the main thing is that it's real.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it's something that, for the reason why I used to bang the whole pain rap bare is because you can relate to it.
Yeah,
Do you get me? So even sometimes, then I go in the extreme, but you get the essence. Do you
Yeah.
get me? What? Same with your music, what Hen was saying,
Yeah, Grace.
that the pain, the journey, the hope,
Yeah.
and the glory,
Yeah.
fam, it's entwined in all of it.
Yeah, no. I
Do you
appreciate
get what I'm
that.
trying to say?
so mad, you know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. You see me, I don't. There's,
Bro.
I'm not like God or nothing like that. Don't get twisted, yeah. There's hardly anything that can surprise me. I was listening, to the tape, to your tape, and then there was the tune, I think about your missus or whatever, in it, like about women,
Yeah.
beautiful women and that, and like that spun me when I first heard it, and then it took me back to the fact that this is how bare people react to or have reacted to the pod or to man or whatever it is in the past, innit? Where it's kind of like they don't expect man to talk about certain things. But then, fam, as soon as it spun me in a way where it's like, nah, say less.
Yeah.
Do you get what
I
I'm
just
trying to
thought, are you talking about Dance For Me? You must be talking about
say?
Dance For Me.
No, not Dance For Me. It's the one after Dance For Me. It's
Souvenir
Girl. Yes,
Yeah,
Souvenir
yeah,
Girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what it is as well?
Souvenir Girl.
It's the authenticity of it as well, innit? Just in terms of like you're telling your story, innit?
Yeah.
So you're not
Yeah.
somebody who is trying to put God into things, innit?
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
God has been
He's
a
there.
part of your life.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're telling stories and when you're just making music,
Yeah.
it's
That's a
there,
big
innit?
one.
And it's not like pigeonholed into one sort of thing, innit? So
Yeah.
when they're making a song, you're talking about your missus, we're making
Yeah, yeah,
we're
yeah.
making
Yeah.
music, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Music, yeah.
Yeah.
Slip store. And
That was the meaning behind the album name, like Glorious News.
Yeah.
Like the newspaper info, the graphic in the front is like, like you read news, what happened today, like what's the Daily Mail, like what's happening, and I was sharing my news, like my life. The difference is like it's his glory, and I wanted to kind of make sure like that was clear, that my story was clear. I'm telling my story. It was my album, but God allowed, God navigated, God was in the whole process, you know what I mean? Which is landing at the end through all of my steps and the final track there as well, man. But nah, man, you lot have, man, it's weird, like music's it's so personal. You know what I mean? So even now, I don't even hold myself too much when I'm like, like I put it out and let people receive it the way they do. So, but it's mad, I'm mad appreciative that like it's refreshing to hear you lot hearing it. Yeah, that's really the heart behind it.
Through it all, has there been like a verse that you've held on to? Like, because bro, you shared some real deep stuff with us today, innit? Like ups and downs, obviously times where you've not necessarily known where the bread's coming from and all that kind of stuff. And even like your transformative change sort of thing,
Yeah.
And obviously some of the trauma that you've experienced as well. Like through it all, has there been, and obviously again, this changes with seasons, innit? Yeah, of course. But has there been like a verse or a passage or something in the word that you've held on to through your journey?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think in this season, as I said, like, I've built a lot of different things and I have this idea in my head where I know what to do next, and I've had to repent and turn from that mindset because ultimately I have to trust in the Lord and lean not in my own understanding but in all my ways. I need to acknowledge Him, and that's the word in Proverbs that I'm really holding on to in this season, that like the more you grow, the more we read, the more we live, the more we connect with people, your understanding grows. And it's great. Yeah, wisdom is good. Like, you need to grow. But the challenge is don't lean on that understanding. Don't lean on your ideas and the perspectives that you've grown to understand work. You need to still lean on something else, which is the Father. So, man, I need that more than ever, bro. I need that more than ever, man.
You really took them to church today,
bro. Listen, come on, man. I was going to say quickly as well, bro, there's one freestyle, and I think not the first time I heard of you, but there's one freestyle you done time ago. You were in the studio. Was it an Eminem beat? I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe. The testimony, and I had short hair back then.
Yeah.
That's
the first. So when I heard, when was that? I was tight.
Not in SPTV, it came back around. The first one before that was just, I'm mad. You're throwing it back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like 9-8 years ago.
Yeah.
Wife and TB.
But I'm taking it.
But that's crazy.
Renew your mind, bro. Renew your mind, bro.
Crazy.
But that freestyle for me was like, oh, hold on. It's cold.
Yeah. No, love.
I was like,
man raps.
You know, it's cold by any standard.
It's cold by by any standards. I was like,
man.
But then the content, I was like, oh, hold on. This makes sense. Do you know what I mean? But again, that's just to solidify that.
Come on, man. Q2, bro. I got you.
Raw music.
Glorious News out now. I'm having the most fun in 2025.
Come on.
Me and Sampart, our people, were in the studio for it was like project management last year. Like, we were in the studio every Wednesday evening making that album. It was work. But this year, we're having a bit more fun. We got just rhythms on the laptop and we just want to see God glorified in every rhythm in different ways. And man. So
listen, guys, go stream, man. All streaming platforms, bro. Anywhere where you listen to music, go find it, bro. Come on, man.
That's right.
That's Glorious News, man.
And bro, if you need us on the, you get me. If you need us on the album, bro. A little monologue. You get me?
Come on, bro. No doubt, bro. There's a couple quotables already on this one.
Feel free, bro.
The backpack.
We're widening our realms of possibility.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me. That's a deeper one, you know. Realms is I said realms, like.
Bro, speech though.
Come on, man.
But bro, listen, love for coming.
Come on, man. Thank you for having me, boys, man.
Yeah, man. Love every single time.
Yeah, man. Love.